And we are back on Monday. Kyle, what's the deal?
Chilling, man. Chilling. How
How
you
you
doing?
feeling? I'm doing all
Feeling
right.
good, dude. Feeling
I've
good.
got a new energy drink today because I told you already, people were saying that Ghost apparently isn't good. So today I'm going with Bucked Up Energy.
Bro.
A little combo. I feel like you'll appreciate this one because your dad's nickname was Buck.
That's
You
right.
had
Yep.
like beer head on your walls. And did you ever fuck with the red, white, and blue America Rocket power ice cream bars?
Red, white, and blue America. I don't think I've had those, bro. Oh no. I think I know what you're talking
You
about. I
know,
know what
yeah,
you're
it's
talking about.
like
Yeah,
a rocket
yeah.
chip.
Yeah, and they were just like regular ass popsicles, right? But they had the
Regular.
red, white, and blue shit. Yeah.
Yep.
I'm amazed at your ability to drink energy drinks like at night. Because I was talking to Crystal. She bought these delicious ass. They look delicious. I haven't actually tried them yet, but it's the Dr. Pepper cream soda shit. And I looked at it.
I've had and seen.
So I looked at it and the shit said 0 sugar. So I was like, oh, bet I'm about to have one of those. Then I was like, I was reading. I was like, I don't see anything about the caffeine on this shit. And so I turned it around and started reading the back, and it said it had 41 milligrams of caffeine. And so I was like, and this was just like an hour or two ago. And I was like, bro, I can't have it because that's literally my daily intake of caffeine. So if I drink this now, I will literally be up all night. Like I won't sleep tonight if I drink this because I'm used to only having like 40 or 50 milligrams of caffeine. That would double my dosage of the shit. And like that's me. But I know if you had the same soda at dinner time, you'd be asleep right after dinner. Like you could just go to sleep. Yeah. So I swear to God, and there is a thing about processing caffeine. I'm convinced you're a quick processor of caffeine, and I'm convinced I'm a slow processor of caffeine because I think that shit just hits me harder than it hits you.
Yeah, I've never really had too many energy drinks. I feel like last week when I had this like Swedish fish one was the first time I really got like an energy drink. And right when I had it, it gave me like a burst of energy. But towards the end of the show, my eyes were like closing. So I don't know if it like gave me like some spike of like something I've never really had before. Like I've had coffee, obviously, and it's worn off and I've still been good. But that was a different sense of like high because it was like almost like shaky energy high, almost like what this is doing right now. And then a complete crash. So I don't know what they put in these things, but this one looks a little scarier than the other bottle, so I'm a little worried of how this one's gonna have me feeling. But it says no sugar, and it was rocket pop, so like they got the flavor down like kind of on point with it.
Bro, I used to fuck with energy drinks. I really can't anymore. But uppers in general, like I used to love uppers. I remember in college, like popping Adderall and going to the bar, and like basically popping Adderall for me in college was as if I lived in the 1980s and I did like 10 lines of cocaine. And so, like, I would be mad, awake, feeling like invincible, feeling like king of the world or like I'm God or some shit. And then you drink beer. And it makes it so that when you drink the beer, it just levels you out more. Like, you know how, for me, when I drink a lot, I'll get sloppy. But, like, if I had the Adderall and then I drank, it's called a speedball. It's like upper and a downer where you, like, balance your shit out that way, right? And so, but, like, at a certain age, I don't know, it was pretty young. In my 20s at some point, like late 20s, I just got to the point where with any upper, it's like you described. I'd have the big fucking bump of energy, and then I would just have the OD crash. And I feel like the older I got, the shorter the high was, and the longer the crash was. So like I would only have like an hour of a little bit of a high, and then just crash, just feeling like shit. I don't know about you, but I can't even like day drinking. If I drink alcohol in the morning, the afternoon and the rest of the day, I'll just be dead. Like my body can't do it. You know what I'm saying?
I don't even know like what it's fun to like go out, but even when I was in college, like that feeling of like, let's go to the bar, it'd be very crowded, very loud, not have any space. Like none of that ever brought me excitement. Like I even to today, like when so one of my friends opened up a new spot in Brooklyn, and like I've been like wanting to go down there just to support him or whatever. And it's like a techno club or something like that. But on the other side of me, I'm like, kind of the last thing I want to do is stand in a bar with a bunch of people and there'd be loud music and like have to talk over people. Like it's kind of cool in the sense that like for that spot, he kind of owns it. So like we, obviously be like shuffled into a spot where we'd have more space and shit. But if you're just like a regular patron at a busy ass bar where you have to wait on like a long ass line to get in, that's never been something that excites me. And even when I like walk past the place and see mad people there, I'm like, why don't you guys just not go there and just like chill at your house? Like there's just, I don't know. It never it never excited me to like even get to that high energy level to go out and then like have that crashing moment. You know what I'm saying?
We are 100% on the same wavelength. I mean, maybe there was like maybe a year or so, maybe 2 maximum around the college time where I'd be like, yeah, let's go to the bar. And it was like something exciting and to look forward to. But very quickly it became tired to me, you know, like you said, why would you like, oh, I want to go out. I want to stand around in a loud ass bar with a lot of people around. I want to pay like double the amount I should for my drinks. I want to like none of that is appealing. The loud music, the like when you
Like
got to talk to
losing your
somebody,
voice to yell to the bartender about like,
exactly,
what drink you want.
screaming
You
in
see what
some
this
girl's
says?
ear, trying to talk to them, and like they're like looking at you like, what the fuck, and you're like, my bad, you know.
It says this is the worst way to have a genuinely good interaction with another person, and I couldn't agree more. I went out with a group of dads, and one of them was like, I used to go out and like, you know, try to pick up girls and this and that, and it never really worked. And then randomly, my boy texted me one night and was like, hey, do you want to go bowling? Or like, do you want to join this bowling league or something like that? Like, we need one more spot. And he was like, I didn't really want to, but like, it was whatever. Like, they had one spot, and like, I kind of have bowled before, so like, I signed up to do it. He was like, and I found my wife in the bowling league. And he was like, if I would have said no to him, I would have never met my wife. I would have still been in the same spot. It's all because I said yes to go randomly join this bowling league.
Bro, this is so crazy you said that, because I literally talked about this on my show today where I was giving like life advice, and I was saying like, you gotta work on yourself before you can get a significant other. You gotta be on some solid ass footing yourself. And the example I gave was, go get a hobby. Like, you have to get a hobby. And I pulled it out of my ass, but I was like, maybe try bowling. Like, if you get obsessed with bowling.
And I haven't seen the show today. It's kind of crazy.
Isn't that crazy? That's like on some fucking Universal shit coming together. People watching right now, anybody who watched the show can attest to it. I said that shit, and it's true. Like, you gotta be like simpatico with yourself before you can attract a mate. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta be on a chill ass wavelength where you got shit you want to do. Like, you're interested in this hobby or that hobby, or you like your job over here or whatever it is. And like, then you're yourself more, and then you can naturally attract somebody where like maybe there's a shared interest, like the bowling shit. Like, oh yeah, we found each other bowl. We like bowling or whatever. Like, that's what people need to understand. It sucks thinking of like all these young kids having all these problems and not, you know, they can't get a girlfriend or they feel miserable or whatever. And it's like, man, all the solutions are just really simple, and they sound corny as fuck, but like, it is what it is. Like, you got to go try, like, find a hobby and try some shit, you know?
Yep. All right. So in the spirit of kind of Christmas being this week, I first wanted to, you know, I wrote down that I wanted to maybe see your thoughts on getting some type of petition to have like Christmas and Hanukkah and maybe like Kwanzaa all fall on the same date. Because it's kind of like fucked up that like Jewish people get to have their moment before, you know, Christians or Catholics or whatever, and celebrate all the gifts they're getting. And then on December 25th or whatever, like Christians and Catholics could be like, yo, look at our shit. And it kind of like creates this division and like already like two team fighting shit when it's just not the same date. And granted, Hanukkah's 8 days, but last year I feel like it fell on the same day. And it was almost like we're all just happy. We're all getting gifts type of shit. But the fact that usually Hanukkah falls on some shit way before Christmas, that like later on, everybody's like, nah, here's our shit. Here's our Instagram posts and photos and shit like that. Fuck you guys. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, let me ask you, first of all, were you on Christmas Day? Did you sort of look at Christians like, damn, I sort of want to have that shit? Like, because I will say, and I'm not a sentimental guy by any stretch of the imagination, but when I was a kid, like an actual kid, yeah, Christmas morning was fucking magical. Like, you'd wake up and be like, yo, there's fucking so many presents under the tree, and
there's
like
this
it's
mystique of just running down in your pajamas and shit like that.
Crazy. So did you ever feel like, damn, I want that shit?
I feel like a little bit, not too much. I always felt like, in a weird way, I was like, yo, like I get like 8 gifts. Like,
that's what I was gonna say though. That was my next question. My next question was, did you feel like, since Hanukkah's 8 days and you get a present per day, right? That's how that shit works.
Yeah.
That shit feels like maybe I got the better deal in this bitch.
I felt like that, and then I feel like I would hear from other kids because I feel like when I was growing up, I mean, obviously there was no Instagram and there was no Facebook to see like people kind of bragging about the shit they got. So you kind of just took people for their word. I think the only time I would maybe be like, fuck, is when I would either hear or see like the rich kids be like, yo, I got like mad gifts. Like I got like more than 8. Then I kind of was like that's not allowed. Like, like you have to stop at 8. Like that's just the rule of religion. Like you get 8 presents no matter what shit you are. So when I would hear that, like people would get like people would be like, oh, I did this, and then I went to my grandmother's and I got like 20 more gifts from other. I'll be like, yo, what the fuck, man? Like I want to be that or have that. So I feel like that was the only time that I would get tight. And also I would like seeing like the Santa Claus at the mall. I'd be like, why don't we have some dude that like we can go sit on its lap and kind of take pictures with or some shit, you know?
Now in retrospect, Jewish people dodged a bullet with the
OD.
Like, hey, you're not sitting on a fat pedophile's lap. Like, congratulations, you guys won at life on that shit.
I also don't get that. Like, I don't think putting a newborn baby on some random ass dude's lap is the smartest idea for like families. And it's like a rite of passage for families to do that shit. Like it's like families that like are worried about. I saw during COVID, like people going with masks and shit, still babies just born to to put their baby on Santa Claus's lap. Like I know there's a grace period of like when a baby's born that like you keep them away from people, you try not to like expose them to too much germs and shit like that. Like I felt like I saw people right at holiday time rushing to the mall to get their newborn baby a picture with Santa Claus, who like every single person is putting their nasty ass clothes on Santa Claus's lap. You don't know if this dude showers, like if he just like nutted or some shit, and you're putting your baby in his lap for some pictures. Like that's one that like, I don't know how everybody just agreed upon, like similar to what I said, if you're trying to like, you know, do some weary shit with kids, become a mascot. If you're also trying to do some weary shit with kids, change your like physique to look like Santa Claus and you're good money.
Bro, who do you think tries to get the job of, hey, your job description is little kids come and sit on your lap all day? Who's going to sign up for that job? It's just an objective question. Like who? It's going to be the people who want little kids to sit on their lap. It's going to be like some Jeffrey Epstein type shit, you know?
Yes.
So like, and it's crazy to me. Like you made the same point. Like, why is nobody else realizing this? Why is nobody else talking about this? You all don't see what's
celebrated.
Happening.
It's celebrated.
Yeah, like they gave pedophiles an out in society. Like just be a mall Santa.
OD.
Like,
and there's tiers to it. Like if you become a mall Santa, you're kind of like you kind of made like the NBA of mall Santa.
Pedophilia. Absolutely.
Like, yeah, pedophilia, but also like of the religionist Santa Claus like totem pole. You know what I'm saying? Like there's not much higher than becoming like a Santa Claus, a mall Santa.
Sleepaway camp counselor with kids. That's the other one you got to look out for. Sleepaway camp counselor for kids, bro. I got one more. Catholic priest.
Oh, well, yeah, that one's a given. Yeah,
those motherfuckers molested billions of dollars worth of kids, bro. Yes, insane.
Yes. Yeah. That's like that's the top of the thing. The camp counselors, so I went to a sleepaway camp when I was younger. Shout out Camp Sloan. But it was like they used to get some G counselors that would like get paid, but also get paid to go away for a couple weeks to like play basketball, chill. Like they were cool dudes. So like, but there is a thin line. There were definitely some weary counselors that were going for the kids, but the other people were like, let's go as a group of counselors. We'll all just chill. Some of them will be like hot counselors, and they were probably all hooking up with each other and shit like that. But there definitely was that weary crew of counselors that were like, I'm going because I get to sleep away with kids for, a couple weeks.
Any grown man that really, really wants to be around kids, red flag.
Oh, yeah.
Red flag. Like, don't get me wrong. If you're a grown man and you want to be with your own kids, perfectly fine. That's totally normal, totally reasonable. But if you're a grown man and you want to be around other people's kids, nah, bro. And the thing is, it's always probably the last person you'd expect, right? Like, it turns out the pedophiles are really good at convincing other parents that like your kid is safe with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's why I've always been like, I draw hard lines on like, you're never going to be alone with a grown man. It's not happening.
Family members, like that.
Of course.
You trust most. Yeah.
Never let him be alone with a grown man. That's my general rule. And they already know, like I told them, because they had gone away to a camp before. And I was like, don't fucking be alone with any of them. Don't let any of them touch you in any way. Fucking run away if you feel like some weird shit is happening. Like, that gave them the whole spiel, because people act like that shit doesn't exist. Like, bro, it exists. You got to be careful with these kids out here.
Yep. So anyway, so Santa Claus, Mall Santa, I feel like is the NBA. But if you are like Santa Claus, like we had a Santa Claus at our local town, like holiday party shit back when we lived in Illinois. To apply and be one of those is way worse, because that one is like, hey, why are you looking like Santa Claus on holiday time doing this shit? So like there's different levels of it, and they're all suspect, and it's all celebrated in a way that it shouldn't in society, because one, the pictures don't even come out good. So every picture, like I think people have started like enjoying the fact that like their babies will be crying when they're sitting on Santa Claus's lap, but they really know down they paid mad money to have their kid just, crying in some photo. I think people like now when their kid is crying because it's like a photo they could look back on. But yeah, no, weird. Just stop doing that. Like if you want to go as a couple or some shit, do that, but don't do it as a family anymore.
And I must say too, like I was always torn on the whole lying thing about Santa. I was always torn on that, because I did feel like, oh, damn, so you sort of betrayed me. Like you just sort of made some shit up, convinced me it was real, and stood on business for like 6 years of my life or whatever. I told everybody the story about how I figured out Santa was fake. I was on some Sherlock Holmes shit when I figured it out, because my dad's nasty ass, when he drinks his water, he's got that nasty ass line. But like, that's sort of a betrayal, bro. Like and it's been totally accepted by society. Like, oh yeah, we lie to our kids. That's what we lie to them. That's what we do. And it's like, if we're trying to teach kids that lying is wrong, maybe we shouldn't have a giant lie baked in. Now, on the flip side of it, I do get the whole, like I said to you earlier, like there is something about Christmas when you're a real young kid. It does feel like magical. It does feel like special. Where
it could also feel special too, and just be like, yeah, like the guy's not real, but like, he pretends to give you, he doesn't pretend, but he, I don't know how to fucking phrase it without making him seem real.
I like, that's the thing. Like, I value the truth above all else, but at the same time, I don't know if I'm just too autistic on that point, and where I need to understand that other kids would actually prefer to believe the myth. Because, bro, people like some fake shit sometimes. Let's just call it what it is. Like, people like being lied to sometimes. Yeah. They want to, even when you look at like leaders, like a lot of the Trump supporters want to believe that Trump is larger than life and Trump is better than them and he's the most brilliant businessman and he's the best president ever. And so it's like they buy into the myth. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And like the Christmas one is like, as it's not really that harmful a myth, except for kids like me who felt like this is just fucking bull. Like, don't lie to me on some shit, But yeah, it's like it blows up the trust a little bit. So I'm curious how other people think of that too. If they feel like it's a little weird that collectively as a society, we said like, yeah, just lie to your kids for as long as you can get away with it, Well,
what are your thoughts on like the Tooth Fairy? Because that's one that like, it's the same thing. I feel like a lot of kids,
Easter Bunny too, the whole shit.
Easter Bunny, also, all of them, right? Like can't.
Yeah.
Like, it could also just be like you lost your tooth. Your parents like here's a kind of just, mythical thing we do is like put your tooth on your pillow. Your parents will give you $5. Like, why can't your parents be the savior? Like why can't they be the heroes in the story? Why does it have to be some? Like I had to download a Tooth Fairy app to record it in my daughter's room. I probably gave away all my fucking identity to that shit because I allowed video recording. I allowed sound. I got all my data all to record her room. So now they see my daughter's room and there's a little fucking like dusty thing flying around. So every time we go somewhere, she's like, show them the Tooth Fairy video. I'm like, every time I open this shit, China is like, we got this motherfucker.
Bro, and it's also like we also sort of prime people to believe bullshit by doing that too, right? Like by having them believe in Santa Claus and the Tooth Fairy. And we all do it. Like I'm just as guilty as anybody else. But like we are sort of priming people to like believe some religious bullshit. you know, or believe some government bullshit
Mm-hmm.
by saying like, oh yeah, Santa Claus, Tooth Fairy, fucking, and some of them are like so stupid. Like, I feel like Tooth Fairy and the Easter Bunny are even more ridiculous maybe than Santa. You know, like really a fairy flies into the room
But
because you
all
lost a fucking tooth. Like what?
people still, even to like their adult ass ages, believe in the groundhog shit. Like
True, yeah, and there's no evidence that shit is real at all. That's just made up.
like a fucking groundhog seeing a shadow is really gonna change the trajectory of like what the weather is gonna be in 4 weeks.
I've had family members tell me like, "Oh, the groundhog saw his shadow," and it's like, and even I, if I'm not thinking, I'll be like, "Damn, does that mean the more winter, bro?" Like, it's so baked in us, but it's just lies. Like, why do we have to believe lies? This is so crazy.
That one is bugged out. But yeah, I don't know. I never like I don't know. I appreciated Christmas, but never was like too like, oh, why don't we get to do that thing, you know, like that. But that being said, on the flip side of having to buy presents for Hanukkah now, that shit sucks having to buy 8 different shits. Cause like Christmas, you could buy like 3 dope things and your kid be happy as fuck.
Nah, we spoil the fuck. I must say, looking back on it, I was pretty fucking spoiled because I definitely got at least 8 presents every Christmas. So I was spoiled like a motherfucker when it came to Christmas. And we're sort of spoiling the kids too, bro. OD. Like, hold on. Actually, I'm about to show you guys. Look, hold on.
See.
Look at this.
Is that all? That's all gifts?
That's all gifts.
Oh,
now, granted, we got a big ass family. Like, we got a giant family. But like, when I tell you it fills up half of the whole studio room here, this shit fills up half the studio room, dog.
And now, did they make a list of what they wanted or give you an idea of what they wanted? Or you kind of was like, he might like this, she might like this?
So what Krista will do is like, if they say something throughout the year, like, oh, I want this, she'll write that bitch down. And then when Christmas comes around, she'll do it. Yeah. So, but yeah, they probably got at least 8 gifts each. The tough thing is trying to make it roughly equal. I feel like that's the tough thing. But I'm like the classic stepdad. Like, I get them all presents, but like I go and I'll be like, I got you one thing. You know what I'm saying? So like she does all the real heavy lifting. She does all the real hard work. But the thing is, she spoils them, and then I do my best to spoil her.
Yeah. Oh,
like I try to get her like some dope shit that, you know, I know she really wants, you know?
So you're good in that sense. Cause like, it's weird. I feel like I've gotten to a point now where it's kind of fucked up where like, I don't even ask Molly like what she wants anymore. Like there was one jujitsu like rash guard thing she wanted from her gym. It's like a t-shirt. And she was like, oh, that's kind of cool. I was like, do you want that? She was like, yeah, like go buy it and then just like hand it to me. Like I didn't wrap it or anything like that. On the flip side of that, I've been asking for underwear for dumb long and no one even got me any underwear. So like that shit was kind of, and now like I don't even know where all my underwear went. So if anybody wants to buy me underwear, throw a super chat in there and just be like, yo, this is for some underwear. Because I don't have fucking underwear. All my underwear, I don't know, is either ripped or just like I think there's like someone just coming through stealing my underwear.
Bro,
getting crazy.
Low key, you're right though. Like gift buying is kind of hard. Like
super hard.
So here's my general rule. If you're a guy and you got a wife or a girlfriend or whatever, you can't just buy her some clothes shit and you can't buy her some jewelry. Like you need direct input. I like this 100%. Shirt. I like these pants. I like this necklace. I like these earrings. Because you could just swing and miss OD as a guy. Because like I know the style I like. You know, you have a good sense of the shit I like. I have a good sense of the shit you like. But for a woman's taste, like, I don't know. Even though I see what she wears every day, she's always nicely put together. But I still could buy some shit where I feel like it's just like, she'll look at me like, are you stupid? Like, why would you get, you know what I'm saying? So, like, sometimes I rely on our daughter to tell me, like, this shit for mom is good. And then I'm like, okay, bet. Awesome. You know, but it is tough. It's tough to give gifts. Like, you gotta like get some direct ass shit to know. And I hit the jackpot this year because she did mention some direct ass shit. And I was like, oh, and then I got it for her. Yeah.
Do you guys, is it like a symbolic thing, even growing up, to put the star on the top of the tree type of shit? Like, is that a thing or ornaments or something?
Yeah. So I feel like my mom used to do an angel, not a star.
Okay.
And then here, I think we have a star here. I actually don't know, to be honest. I don't really do the whole decoration shit. I've never been big on decorating. Like she says, hey, come and do it or whatever. I'll do it a little bit, but like, I'm just not big on it. I don't even know what we have on the top of our tree right now, to be honest. But the tree is decorated, and it's got lights on it to make it look cool.
Real tree or fake tree do you guys do?
We got a fake tree. Okay. We do fake tree because to get a real tree is a whole thing. But like some people want to go
all over your floor and stuff.
Sheds all over the place. It does smell good, which is interesting. But like, but it's a whole thing. Some people want to go through a whole thing, but we're too busy. We just like want to throw some shit up there and have that be that, you know.
I respect that. So last thing I wanted to do in the holiday spirit, and I'll share my screen. I wanted to do this tier list with you. Let me see if I can get to it.
Damn, we got the good internet tonight. We could have done your celebrity pictures too. That would have been dope as fuck.
I know. I'm putting together a folder of them all, and it's coming after the holiday. I promise it's gonna be
like 500 pictures. So it's understandable.
It's a lot
taking so long. It's a lot, bro. You've gotten so many celebrity pictures. It's ridiculous.
I actually just today. Oh, hold on. Let me share this. So on my memories that 2 years ago they put me on the jumbotron at the Chicago Bulls game. I don't know if I ever told you this, but Nikola Vucevic had to name like as many soups as he could in a minute. And so then he got 11, and then I had to go in a minute name more than 11 soups.
You did it
on the jumbotron. Yeah, so here's the thing, like they put me on, I'm going, the time's going, I got to 11 soups, and my brain just like froze. I was like, yo, I don't have any more soups. And you could see in the video, the guy looks at me and he's like he sees that I froze and was like, come on, just hit me with one more shit, like, and then you got it. And then like the levees just open, like it just random shit. I started naming like I was like turkey soup, like I just started naming like all random shit, and they were giving me points for it. So ultimately, I got 18 like days.
Oh, let's go, bro. Let's go.
But like looking back on it, like some of the shit I was naming, I think I said like tuna soup, I said turkey soup, but I said like matzo ball soup, I said like miso soup, wonton egg drop.
Wonton soup.
I started freaking it after a while. But the prize was so whack. It was like they gave me, it was like $100 like postcard coupon to Moose Knuckles, which is like a really fancy jacket, and they gave me like a whole shitload of them, maybe like 8 or 10. But I took them to Moose Knuckles and was like, can I combine these shits? Because their jackets, like the cheapest thing in that store is like $1,500, $2,000. They're like, no, you can't combine them. Like you got to use them individually or some shit. I was like,
what the
that makes no sense at all. So I ended up just like, I don't know. I think I like threw the coupons away or gave them away because I couldn't get anything. And I was like, this is the fucking worst prize ever.
Bro, that is so classic. So did you have that whole recorded, that whole thing?
Yeah, someone recorded it from like,
that's
like the whole arena's going and I'm in the fucking middle with
that is dope.
The Bulls mascots next to me and the announcer guy in the shit.
Since you mentioned it, so we were at the Wizards game last night.
Right.
We went to go see Wizards and Spurs.
Wemby, and he played, right?
We saw Wemby. Yeah, it was awesome. He didn't play all that well, but it was amazing to watch him play. But
how does he look in person?
Super tall, super skinny, exactly like you'd expect. But Vucevic is now on the Wizards. And he dropped, like, he had a good-ass game, too.
He's on the Wizards?
He's on the Wizards right now. There's Vucevic is on the Wizards.
Oh, they might have the dude who was with Denver. Because I think the dude I'm talking about is with the Bulls. Nikola
Wizards.
I think his last name's Vucevic.
Wizards. Tristan Vucevic is the guy who's on the Wizards right now.
Oh, shit. No, that's a different Vucevic then.
Okay, it's a different Vucevic? Okay.
I didn't even know there was a Tristan Vucevic.
Yeah, well, anyway, he had a good game. I think he scored at least 20 points. So he actually played pretty well. But Ida went in there, our youngest one went in there, and she was like, the only thing she really cared about was like, I'm trying to get on the big screen. So like when they do, during commercial breaks or whatever, they bring the camera around and you start dancing and shit, and like they'll throw you up there. And like the whole time we're sitting there, we couldn't get on. And then, I'm looking to see if there's a camera in front of us. You could see if they're holding the camera and showing you, like you would know.
And their red light is usually on sometimes when like they're panning. Yeah.
And I was like, the camera's not around, but she was trying. Then she points to the screen. We're on the screen. I didn't even see the camera.
You were on the Jumbotron?
Yeah, we were on the big old Jumbotron, which means also if anybody happened to be watching on League Pass, you would have seen us. Because on League Pass, they don't even have commercials. They just show like whatever's going on, and then they'll like play some music or something every now and then in between. But like, but I was like, oh shit, we're on the fucking shit. And so I was surprised because I didn't even see a camera. It was crazy.
Yeah. All right. So let me do this, and some of them are hard to see, but since Home Alone, in my eyes, is one of like the goated Christmas movies, and they just did. Shout out to SNL. They did a funny Home Alone skit. I don't know if you saw this.
I don't think
Did
I
you
did.
see?
But
It
I
was
think
just
Crystal
this past
mentioned
weekend.
this.
They did a funny one of like the family comes home and Kevin's home and the mom's like, Kevin, we're so happy to see you. And like he still has all of his booby traps set up. So all of them happen to his family members and he kills every single one of his family members. Like there's a chainsaw that comes down and like kills his brother and like all the blood gets splattered.
That's funny.
So I wanted to tear out with you some of the booby traps that he had set up throughout the movie and kind of rate how he did.
Let's go.
So this first one, Kevin, I guess Joe Pesci here is trying to sneak into his house through the like the dog and cat hole shit, which I've always thought growing up is like such an easy way for someone to come into your house, even though they ultimately probably can't fit through that. That and we have on our house on our front door a mailbox thing that like pops open and you can kind of just put the mail in, which like enters right into your house. These seem very easy for like a robber to get into your house. So what are your thoughts on trying to sneak in through that and then him just putting a straight shotgun in his face?
The tough thing about this is like I almost want to give all of it S tier because it's such good writing. Like it's such good writing and it's so funny the way they delivered it. But I'll start off kind of, let's go middle of the pack. I'd say I'd fall for it.
Okay. I mean, I would definitely, I would. This is definitely an ouch and an I'd fall for it. But kind of ballsy to try and, it's dumb on the robber's part to try and stick your head through there. I think you can get through. And gangster on his part to just have a gun right in his face.
A movie is so like immaculately put together. Like it's all the people that they hired, like they just nailed it. It's
so good.
All right, what's the next one?
I can't really see, but I think he's just like walking in through the front door.
I don't remember that one either.
I don't remember this one either.
Yeah, skip that bitch. What's the next one? What's the one after that?
I'll just skip it. This one is, I think he was on the roof and he was just dropping bricks on their head.
I'll go ouch for that one.
That one's definitely.
Let's go ouch on bricks to your head.
But like to your point, it's like genius on the director's part because he had to think of like every single one of these scenarios.
The writers probably came up with it. All the writers probably did it. Yeah, brilliant, just brilliant. All right, what's the next one? What kind of pounder was that he got hit with?
This next one, I think he like, doesn't he go into some flour or something like that?
I forget what happens, but I feel like he gets hit with a bunch of shit that it gets like poured on him.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's like gasoline or fucking molasses or he's tarred and feathered or some shit, like something like that happens.
Yep. I think it's like a combo of all of these things.
I'm gonna, because it's such an iconic scene, I'm gonna go God tier for that part.
Yeah, that one's a staple. That's like one of the iconic photos of him, with all that powder stuff on it.
Oh my God, the iron to the face, right? That's what that one is. What is it? Is it iron to the face? Yeah, God tier. You got to go God tier on that.
Yep.
That's just fucking.
And this actor, I think he was the same actor from one of the baseball movies.
Love that guy.
Like Major League or Rookie of the Year, one of those two.
He kind of looks like my dad when my dad was younger. Looked like him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he has the similar face. Similar face, yeah. All right, what's that next one? I can't tell.
I think the next one he's in the attic and he's like hiding in the attic.
And what happens in it?
I don't know.
All right, skip that bitch. I don't know that one either.
This is the one that you were talking about. I think he walks in and gets hit with some shit, and then the flour like comes on him with the fan.
Yeah, I go ouch. Go ouch for that one.
Yeah. This one is just some dumb shit. I don't remember why he has his shoe off, but he steps, maybe he's trying to get up the stairs because the ice is on it, and he steps on the nail.
Yeah, that sounds kind of right.
I think he's in the basement.
And he made it. He made it ice. Up. He made like the stairs icy.
Right.
And they go to walk, and then they just slip. And that's legendary. Go God tier. That's legendary.
Yeah, that's
Like,
but it also goes back to like if someone didn't do a breakdown of these scenes of just how dumb these robbers were, like someone has.
It's not even that. It's that he was brilliant. It's that Macaulay Culkin's character was brilliant.
He was, but if you're not looking down on a step to see that there's a big ass nail that you're about to step on, I
see what you're saying.
Some of the basic ass shit.
He definitely found a clever ass way to get the nail in the foot, though. I just don't remember how it went.
Yeah, that's true. This next one, I think he puts grease on some type of bar that he falls on, or he slips and then bangs his head, and that's when the brick falls onto his head.
That's god tier. I love that. It's so funny. Like the way they make these guys fucking hurt themselves is always hilarious.
Oh, I wonder what the stunt doubles had to go through in this shit.
What's that next one?
I think that's when the bricks fall on his head. I think he might slip and then it go onto he's laying on the shit and something falls on his head. I think
god tier. That's a legendary. That's another legendary. Everything is still god tier.
Goes with no, not with that one.
The fire one. Classic. That's god tier. That's god tier. I remember that scene. I don't even I haven't watched Home Alone in a long time, and I still have the face of Joe Pesci in my head when he gets hit with that.
It's so iconic.
So it definitely is.
This one, I don't remember. I think he might slip on the toys or some shit and then fall into the tree.
I don't remember that one.
Let's skip that one. This one I remember. This is the paint bucket he drops off and flings into his face.
I fall for it. I'd fall for it. And then
the hot doorknob.
Oh, the hot doorknob. That's fucking hilarious. Go ouch for that one.
This one is just he brought the whole hardware set to the top of the stairs and all the shit fell down the stairs on them.
Yeah, I kind of remember that one. Go ouch on that bitch too.
You know what it was? Wasn't he in the apartment that wasn't finished or some shit in New York that they were moving into? And I think there was a lot of shit laying around. I think that was what it was in the New York one. Is it was an unfinished apartment. And that's why all this shit was there. Because how else or why else would you just bring a random fucking hardware kit to the top of your stairs?
What else? I can't really see the rest of these.
I can't see this one. This one, I think he do they try to climb a rope and the shit catches on fire?
I don't remember that one, but that's hilarious. Ouch.
This one is iconic.
He gets electrocuted. Yeah, that's god tier. That's god tier shit right there.
This one, I don't know. They just fell on some bottles and shit like that. I don't remember exactly what happened.
What's that
this
one?
Next one, they get hit by the crowbar or something. The bar hits both of them in the face.
Oh, I feel like that one was god tier also. Yeah, that one was legendary also. Yep.
This one, I don't remember what happens when he opens the door. I think it just knocks him in the face or some shit.
Do they have the TV shit with the "you filthy animal"? If that shit's there, that's got to go god tier.
No, I don't think they put that one in there. But that hotel sells a Home Alone suite.
Really?
Yeah, they sell a Home Alone suite, and it was mad expensive. It was mad expensive, and all you get is a regular ass room. I don't even think you get this, maybe a suite, but they give you the ice cream that he ordered, which was 36 scoops of ice cream, the M&Ms. And a lot of people were commenting they're paying all this money just for fucking a bowl of ice cream.
Remember Trump was in this shit too. Remember that?
Trump was in that shit too.
He forced his way in.
This one, yeah. So I don't remember the door opening. This one, Joe Pesci. I think that's when his head gets hit with a fan. Then I think he gets duffed with the feathers.
All right, god tier for that. God tier for that.
That's why on this last one he's got that. Oh, the burn is from the fire.
God tier.
And then So I mean, these ones were hard to see. But yeah, that's one that. All right, so there's our list. Dope. I got to rewatch the movie again.
Me too. It was so good. It was such a classic. And I'm not even big on Christmas movies, like I told people. I fuck with Jingle All the Way. I fuck with the Santa Claus.
Yep.
And I fuck with Home Alone for sure. Those are they're just classic, They're just classic.
Tim Allen's not conservative, is he?
Yeah, he is, unfortunately.
Oh, really?
Yeah, unfortunately, he's conservative. It's a real shame.
That kind of sucks because
it does. It does.
He came out with a newer show where it fixes cars on Netflix or something like that.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. I think it was Netflix or Apple TV, one of those shits. But he I'm pretty sure he was fixing NASCAR cars or something. It was either him or Kevin James did one of those shows. But I know Tim Allen came back with a newer show that he was in. I don't know how long it lasted.
Yeah, I used to like Home Improvement. Home Improvement was a good show, but he's unfortunately, Shifting Gears is the name. He's unfortunately conservative. It sucks.
What are your thoughts? And this is one of the things I have written down, but did Nicki Minaj ruin herself by I don't know why. What do you think her thoughts are on diving full stream into MAGA?
I think Crystal was telling me that one of the theories online is that she wants a pardon for her husband or something like that. Like, I think her husband, somebody close to her, has legal issues, and I think that's why she's doing it. Is she's trying to suck up to them to get a pardon? That's my guess. Because it is so cringe. Like it's so try hard. You know, like,
and it's also like she's like jeopardizing her career because it's like no one on the right side is gonna like enjoy your music or like understand any of your lyrics or music and like push hard to like play your shit and kind of back you. So what are you diving full steam ahead for? And one thing I looked up was like, and I don't know how true this is, but like she might be like undocumented or something like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think she's like covering her own ass.
That's another reason to do it. Yeah, that's another reason that it would kind of make sense to do it, you know? But like, yeah, her audience is overwhelmingly black people too. And like black people, that's the one demographic in this country that has been so OD hardcore ride or die against Trump. Like even in 2024, where he gained with a lot of minority communities, it was still like 90-10 when it comes to black people for the Democrats. Her brother's in prison for something bad. Yeah, it's the brother. I heard the brother, the husband, some shit. So yeah, like that's I think that's got to be it, because I watched her talk about it, and it's like her heart's not in it. She's not actually saying some shit she believes. She's just going through the motion. She's like, oh yeah, the president and the vice president are so relatable and they're so strong and they're so amazing. And it's like, you don't fucking believe this. What are you talking about?
The way she was like with Erica Kirk and said like just straight saying like Donald Trump is just our glorious like good look. Like it seems so, like almost too fake, where like after she got off stage is almost just like, can he just get this pardon? So like I've said what I've said, so you can bless me. But it's just weird. Like she's kind of like put herself in the Kanye category now, where it's like, you don't even want to. I don't even want to listen to her music anymore because it's so weird.
Well, you know me, I'm a big like separate the art from the artist guy. But yeah, it does. There is something about Trump in particular where it's like, if you're snuggling up to him, like just how? And of all the times to do it now, when he's like collapsing, he's at 35% approval rating, everybody fucking hates him, and now is when you decide. Aaron Brown made a funny point. He said that Nicki Manaj walked out on stage with her bag. I didn't notice it, but she walked out on the TPUSA stage holding her bag, and he was joking like, that's because like Rob Schneider's walking around in the back. She's afraid that he's going to steal some shit, or Russell Brand is back there afraid that Russell Brand's going to go through her bag. So she just brought her on stage with her. Yeah, because you're a TPUSA. Those motherfuckers are creeps. You don't know what the fuck they're doing backstage, you know?
I don't get how she like fumbled her words to say that JD Vance was an assassin, like sitting right across from Erica Kirk. Like that just seems so weird to me that it was like, it all just seems so weird. I just don't get it all.
Did you see the clip of Erica Kirk saying like he's one of our best grifters? And then she was like, oh no, I didn't mean that. I mean, he's gifted. He's gifted.
Talking about JD Vance?
No, talking about some like young guy who they were giving a TPUSA award to or something like that.
Oh, no,
she said she called him a grifter and then was like, oh no, my bad. I mean, he's gifted. He's gifted. And she's like, you're not a grifter. And it's like, bro, that's so ironic because the whole argument against her is you guys are grifting like a motherfucker. I mean, how are you? Again, you were criticized for the fucking pyrotechnics and making your events look like fucking WrestleMania, and you did it again. She came out wearing a disco ball ass, sparkly ass dress and like gave a speech. It's like, how are you doing the same shit that everybody looks at you like this shit is crazy?
Like laughing when someone literally right in front of you like is saying like assassin, and then like if that happened to me, I'll be like, yo, what the fuck? Like I was like, no, get this girl off stage. Like this is grimy. Like this is weird that you would say that. You know, like it's just sad and kind of weird that like even if like Joe Biden came out and he was like randomly turned really right wing and like was like, yeah, I was a fan of Charlie Kirk, this and that, like they'd have him on stage praising him as much as they like would shit on him. Like he'd have a photo back up in the White House. Trump would be inviting him to shit. And all because they just sell out to anyone that will just say things that they want to hear.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. And yeah, like a room full of like racist people now loving Nicki Minaj. It's like, like who are you guys kidding, bro? You motherfuckers are racist as hell.
Did you watch the Anthony Joshua?
I mean, I didn't watch it live, but I saw all the stuff. Like, bro, I don't know what Jake Paul was thinking. Anthony Joshua is a real boxer. Like, it's not. He fought Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson's like 62 years old.
Yeah.
Like, you fought Anthony Joshua, who's a real boxer, and like, dude, you fucked around and found out, dog.
Greek god. And he even says it, like just his stature, the way he's built, like he's a
He's
good looking
6'6"
dude.
too. He's 6'6".
That's why I saw someone say like he wouldn't be surprised, and he thought that there was some type of agreement that they came across like prior, because you're not like, you can't tell me that in like the first 2 rounds of that, all Anthony Johnson has to do is just straight punch like hard body for as long
Oh
as
yeah.
and just knock him out.
So you're saying he went easy and then decided? Yeah, definitely.
100%.
I agree.
Like
He could have knocked him out immediately.
That's what I'm saying. So like I think there was some agreement that they came on to make it at least worthy to be watchable for 20-25 minutes or whatnot.
I definitely think so, because he's a real boxer, man. Like Jake Paul, like who have you actually fought? Like 62-year-old Mike Tyson. That's embarrassing that you didn't knock him out.
Yeah, and so I had this like I was talking to Molly about this because I kind of compared it to I don't know if you saw like T.I. was trying to do comedy now, and he like
I did.
So he was saying he like turned down $1 million deals, music stuff to stay to do comedy, and he had an interview with this guy basically saying the comedy community was like giving him crap for trying to do comedy, and he was like, why don't I get afforded the same grace as you guys did of trying to do this? And they basically were saying like he didn't pay his respects, or he wasn't humble enough to like the greats that came before him. And I kind of compared that to Jake Paul boxing. I was like, he doesn't really like deserve to have this fight with Anthony Joshua. Like he has this shit because he's a celebrity. There's other people that have worked hard that should be boxing, but they don't get that fight. Same thing with T.I. Like I'm not mad at you for doing comedy, but the reason you're there is because you're T.I.
Yeah. The only reason Jake Paul is in this position because he's a showman, because he's like, he built a brand out of himself, and he's good in front of the camera, and like he built a name outside of boxing. And so because to your point, you've hit that celebrity status and then you started boxing, people are more interested. So it's more about, putting asses in seats and getting people to watch on TV. Like you found a formula that gets you the eyeballs, but you're also just nowhere in the same league as Anthony Joshua when it comes to boxing. So like you got your fucking ass beat. You know what I'm saying? Like,
hell yeah.
Real boxers, they fucking box from when they're like really young. And like it's the movements become ingrained in them. Strategy becomes ingrained in them. It's very like, you do anything for whatever the rule is, 10,000 hours or some shit. Like you're going to be kind of professional at that shit. And to have Jake Paul, become a boxer later in life. And I mean, I get it. You're making a lot of money and you're getting eyeballs on you, and you got some balls to get in the ring with Anthony Joshua. I mean, don't get it twisted. You got some fucking balls to do it. But like, it was always going to end like it ended, like you had no chance, dog. Oh, shout out Polar Seltzer. That's a banging ass seltzer right there.
I know, I went regular original.
Yes. Yes.
Also, and then I didn't even know he fought, but the Andrew Tate guy fought and got fucked up too.
He got fucked up too. Yeah, people were joking online like anti-woke is so dead, and it's true. Jake Paul's a MAGA supporter. Tate, of course, is. Like, yeah, they got fucked up, man. They got fucked up. He tried
to say that he bet on himself to lose, and he won like $60 million or something like that, which I don't believe. I think
that would be fraud. That would be fraud.
That's what I'm saying. I think he just straight lies about shit.
You'd be admitting to a crime if you said that.
He also couldn't like just say like I lost. I saw like a statement. I don't know if it was true or not, but like the first 2 paragraphs were basically like, none of you soft bitches like could get in the ring and do this yourself.
Yeah, that's why we're not doing it. That's why we're not doing it. That's not soft. That's intelligence. Like, what are you talking about? And wasn't that guy a novice that Andrew Tate lost to? That's what I heard. He's like, he was like a novice.
Just like an influencer. Like he was just a regular ass person that like got in the ring with him and fought. But I don't know. It's like, it almost seems like it's enough already with those celebrity boxing matches that like anyone's getting in there now and just fighting. And I mean, but they're making a lot of money. There's a lot of money in like those, whatever chain Anthony Johnson had on. I forgot the company it was. But they each made like $90 million doing that shit, dog. Like and
that's why they did it.
Like I'd get $90 million to get my jaw broken in 2 places. You wouldn't? I mean, like it'd be scary to line up against Anthony Joshua.
Bro, his shit was fucked up. Like you could also like, his jaw got broken, but like if you're fighting a world champion boxer, you can just die.
That too.
They could punch you so hard you get a fucking brain bleed and you die. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like boxers, it's so dangerous. I don't think people realize because we've been, we're used to seeing it. We've seen it our whole lives. It's always been a sport. You don't think much of it, but like you can just die. You can die from that shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. That one was. I don't know if the photo I saw after was real or not, but I saw his face bandaged up and his whole cheek.
Yeah. I saw that too.
Was
I
that a
also
real
saw.
photo?
I don't know if it was real, but I saw that one too. The one that I think was definitely real is when there was one of his like what his mouth looked like immediately after his jaw got broken,
Yeah.
and you could see like the shit is just like it's like the teeth are like they don't line up anymore because there was a legit break, and so that one was like I looked at that, I couldn't fucking take it.
I've honestly gotten to a spot now on like social media and internet where I don't know what's real and what's not.
Same.
Real.
I just assume everything's fake. Everything.
Same. Like,
and Crystal said it ruined her experience because she always sees these cute cat videos and shit, and she's like, now I just assume everything's fake because I don't fucking know because now they can make them look real.
I'm the same way, and a lot of the videos, they like the videos look real, but like in the beginning of them, their eyes will like go a little cross-eyed or something like that. I don't know if you've seen any of these.
No,
but like the people look real, but like their eyes will go a little cross-eyed, so that's how I know those ones are fake. But even then, I'm like, these still look so like they had after the Knicks won the cup, they had like outside MSG, like the side of it, like all these fans kind of going crazy a little bit, and they're like, we won the cup, and you see the eyes go a little. I was like, oh, I think this is fake, and then I looked at all the comments. I was like, this is AI, and like.
Yeah, it's already ruined everything, bro. It's already ruined everything. And then you look at like some of the stuff they're making, and it's just like they'll have funny shit, but it's like, okay, you got like some really, really fat person riding a fucking like pig or some shit on the highway. Like I sent you that.
Me one
and it's like
high diving or whatever on the thing.
Yeah. And it's like, yeah, this shit is funny, but like, what's the cost of this? The cost of this is that everybody's electricity prices went up 13%. Everybody's bills have gone up 13% because the data centers that make the AI use so much electricity that everybody's electricity prices are going up. Or
is that a real thing?
Yeah, everybody's paying more now for their electricity bills because of AI, because they're putting up all these data centers. And people and it's taking so much electricity that everybody's bills are going up. So like that's the price. The other price is 30% of entry-level jobs are now gone because it's just been replaced with Chat GPT.
Yep.
So like, is it really worth it as a society to fucking do? I don't think it is, bro. You know?
Yeah, I don't think so either, because literally, like, I can't, and this is just the tip of it. So I can't even imagine how much better it's going to get with videos and fake videos and like real people with fake video. Like,
we're cooked. Our information environment is cooked, bro. Like for politics, it's so cooked. Like people don't know what's real. They don't know what's false. They'll choose to live in a world of their own making. You know, like what this does to a country or to a world, we don't know because we've never been here. And like, what's so crazy is how like laissez-faire and like nonchalant everybody is about it, as if like we didn't just break something in society. Like shit is broken now. Like we're never going to get it back, you know?
And even with, like criminal cases, like can be like, no, that wasn't me. That was AI. Or like if someone actually does something and it's caught on video, they could say it's AI. So like it can just, it's a scary place of like what people can use it for to kind of either have as their defense or, it's weird.
Absolutely. Yeah, let's get to some super chats, bro.
All right, let's lock in.
King of the Viltrumites, shout out. Thanks for the $5, man. Prediction, 2028 will be a battle between FDR 2.0 and groiped up JD Vance. Also, Kyle, why did you fear that Don Lemon would do a right-wing grift? There was, I forget exactly what the details were, but there was a story. There was something that he said or did right after he was off CNN, like where he was no longer was with CNN, where there was like a head fake in that direction, where he said something or did something that was like MAGA or MAGA adjacent. And I was like, oh no, here it comes. He's going to do the fucking right-wing grift. And then he didn't end up doing it. So I had actually did a wrong prediction. I said, watch, he's going to do it. And he didn't. So I'm happy to be wrong. And shout out to Don Lemon for keeping it real. And on your other point, I totally agree. It's going to be either a new FDR or it's going to be JD Vance. That's right.
Oh, that'd be bad with JD Vance. But yeah, Don Lemon's like full left, right?
Yeah, he's a solid Democrat. I don't know if I'd say he's a leftist, but he's certainly like a liberal and he hates Trump, you know. A shout out again, King of the Viltrumites. The next Dem president must disobey SCOTUS. She must tell John Roberts to go take a long walk off a shore pier. We are done following their orders. Well, we should expand the court is what we should do. We should expand the court. The Supreme Court reform should be like top of mind for Democrats, you know, assuming we can get a super majority, we have the numbers, because like we got to do it or else we're cooked for a generation. Any good thing that you do, the Supreme Court could just slap down. So I would say expand the court, and maybe also try to do some what do they call it? Judicial nullification or something like that. I'm blanking on the exact term, but like it's in the Constitution, and you can limit the scope of what the Supreme Court can rule on. And they never use that, but they should start using that.
King of Ultimates came in hot and early.
Yeah, for real. Thanks, man. I beg you to bring Nathan Sage, left flank Democrat running for U.S. Senate in Iowa on KKF. He's a Marine plus Army vet, mechanic, and sports radio host. Well, that's another guy I never heard of, but I will certainly take a look.
Nathan Sage.
Golden Girl, thanks for the $5. What excites or scares you about your 40s coming? Do you think it will impact your friendships, i.e. becoming collateral damage in midlife crises? No. Me and Corin talked about this in the past. For me, the big one was when I hit 30.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh shit, there's a 3 in front now, and I'm never going to be in my 20s again. And so that sucked. But everything after 30 has been the same to me. 31 felt the same as 32, felt the same as 33, felt the same as 34, all the way up to now I'm 37. It all feels the same. Sometimes I forget how old I am. Sometimes I think I'm 38 when I'm not. I'm 37. Yes, and so I don't see a midlife crisis coming. You know, you're not going to see me driving a Corvette or some shit like that. I don't see any midlife crisis coming. I don't think our friendship is going to be impacted in one way or the other. You know,
yeah, I agree.
Same.
I think 40s will hit me. Like I'll just have a random day one time where I'm just like, damn, I'm 40. Like I said, the 20-year anniversary to high school kind of hit me as like some fuck. Like that's like 20 years, a long time. I don't think friendship, I don't think that'll affect anything. But yeah, midlife crisis. I don't see myself like Kyle. I don't see myself like buying a sports car and like driving fast all of a sudden just because I feel a certain age.
Again, King of the Viltrumites. Thanks, man. He's just giving us his whole bank account tonight. We appreciate that, brother.
Thanks, bro.
Military will only refuse orders if we all organize and persistently make them. When the antelopes join forces, even the strongest lion will run away. That is a good saying, my friend. We appreciate it. That is a good sentiment as well. Office of the President Earth. Thanks for $10. What do you think of an American learning Portuguese over Spanish? I got my defense. 260 million speakers worldwide, plus underrated culture, plus Portuguese sounds hot as fuck, plus Lula is the GOAT. Yeah, so I could see it. I mean, it's certainly one of the more popular languages, not only in the world, but maybe even spoken here outside of Spanish. So if I had to make a list of, ranking it by efficiency, like probably number 1 would be Spanish, number 2 would be Portuguese. But I definitely see that. And I think it sounds a lot like Spanish, but maybe that's just my untrained ear. I
think it's similar. Yeah, Jed will. I think he can kind of speak a little bit because there's some similar words, same type of language.
Because for people who don't know, Corin's brother speaks Spanish. So yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Spanish is just still goated as the language to like know. It's like just universal everywhere in New York. Like
exactly in this country, it's the number 2 language. It really is. Like the official language of the U.S. is really English. And like the second language of the U.S. is Spanish. Like that's what it is. There is no official language and shit, but that's what it is.
Yeah, but you make good arguments.
Shyster Meister, thanks for the $5. Barry Weiss pretended to care about truth telling, and now look at her. Joe Rogan singing her praises was a red flag. That is true, my friend. I don't know if you saw this, but there's this big scandal, 60 Minutes. Basically, Barry Weiss, who now runs CBS, spiked a story for 60 Minutes that was exposing the torture and the grape that happened at the concentration camp, CCOT. Barry killed the story on behalf of Trump, basically. And so now people are furious because they're like, well, this is exactly why you were fucking hired there. And now we know it. There's no plausible deniability. You're just a hack for the government. And so that's where we are with that shit.
It seems like CBS is going full, like, backing of Trump. He's like... They're like promoting this the Kennedy Awards thing that he's
Are they really? Oh my god.
I've seen a lot of commercials of like come see Sylvester Stallone and like all these other right-wing like celebrities get honored by President Donald Trump, who will be hosting the Kennedy Awards only on CBS. And I'm like, why are you showing that shit? Like
insane.
Fuck Sylvester Stallone and all those people. Like, you want to give him a medal, that's fine, but like we don't need to see it on CBS, and Trump doesn't need to fucking host that shit. He's not a host. He's our president.
Totally. Yeah.
So yeah, CBS is kind of falling off the fucking wagon.
John Mangala, thanks for the $5. Why doesn't Roe get much traction? He's done more for progressives than AOC. Is it because he's not charismatic? He's actually fighting and good on policy. John, that's a great point. I actually spoke about that today? I think it was today. And me and Crystal have been talking about this behind the scenes quite a bit. That he's the one who led on the Epstein files. He's the one who forced this fissure on the right over the Epstein files and helped like feed the right-wing civil war. And you're right. And he's also going on TV and arguing against the Venezuela regime change. So yeah, as of right this moment, bro, in my power rankings, Ro Khanna is top 3 to be nominees for Democrats in 2028. He's top 3 because he's really shown some good political instincts. And I agree with you. He's not all that charismatic, but he kind of makes up for it in other ways. So like, we'll see. It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting if the country, on top of rejecting Trumpism, also rejects like the bold, obnoxious, no filter populist and goes with like an intelligent guy who's soft spoken like Ro Khanna, which that could happen. I could definitely see that happen.
Someone pointed out, like, why did they just put a filter on Bill Clinton and just they're only releasing like photos and shit of him from the Epstein files?
I think we all know why. Yeah, that's Trump trying to be like, see, it's all Bill. It's got nothing to do with me. Meanwhile, they released stuff that had Trump's picture, then they pulled it down when they realized it. Like,
oh, really?
They're not kidding it. Yeah, you didn't see this?
No.
They posted, there are 16 files that they posted and then ended up pulling them down after people saw them. One of them was Epstein had a whole drawer with Trump pictures in it.
Oh, really?
And they forgot to redact it or missed it. And so Trump definitely saw that and they got furious and told them to pull it down. And then they pulled it down, which only made more people see it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they fucked up big time. They're breaking the law. So there might be consequences. Ro Khanna, that's another thing he's leading on.
Oh, good.
He's going to hold like Pam Bondi in contempt of Congress or something like that. So it's getting good. It's getting good.
I don't even, like, if they actually just released all the shit, it'd be crazy to see like the photos they have of Trump and all the shit that he was doing.
Totally. Real Bright Yellow, thanks for the $5. Kyle, could you please tell me happy birthday in your Trump voice? I love you regardless of your answer. Corin, can we get an update on fencing? Well, happy birthday, Real Bright Yellow. We really love you, don't we, folks? We love Real Bright Yellow. Happy birthday.
Real Bright Yellow is a real one. Fencing's going well. I'm learning a lot about it. There's 3 different categories. There's épée, there's foil, and there's saber. So in the high school I'm at, there is no saber. There's just épée and foil. And we're doing well. We learned about fleshing, not felching. But it's fun. I think people are enjoying. We did well in our first tournament, and now we have some merch. So I'm buying a sweater from the team, and yeah, it's a good time. I'm learning a lot about fencing, but it's a crazy sport. They actually are really kind of like stabbing each other with these blade things. So I don't know if I would ever do it or like compete in it, but it's an interesting sport.
And also, let me just say real quick, happy birthday to Lilith, too. Her birthday's coming up shortly, so shout out to Lilith.
Happy birthday, Lilith.
Yeah, we love you, and you're the best.
She's a super real one.
You're reading this wrong. Thanks for the $5. If you could only live with one type of food for the rest of your life, only out of this list, which you taking? Italian, Mexican, Chinese, or Thai? Damn, bro. That's a tough one, dog.
That is super tough, because like instantaneously, I was like Chinese, but then I was like,
I thought you'd go there. I thought that's where you went to. I
think I'm going to stay Chinese. I think I got to stay Chinese just because I think I like a lot more different types of foods than like that overrides Italian food.
See, now this is the conundrum I'm in, right? Mm-hmm. So like, because of how I've been eating, like I've been doing keto kind of loosely, you know,
tap into your like fatty brain.
See, the thing is, like, I would have in the past. I would have snap answered Italian food because I think like pizza, pasta, chicken parm, like, and I'm, I was raised in an Italian household, so like that's the shit that I've been raised on. That shit, you know what I'm saying? So that's where my mind first went. But the way I'm eating now, dog, I think I gotta go Mexican. Because they're not as carby, like they don't go so hard on the carbs. Like if you have tacos. Yeah, you could get like, a bowl with rice, a fucking chicken bowl with rice, and have guacamole and sour cream on that bitch. You could get, even if you have like soft shell tacos or whatever, like, there's bread there, but it's not that's not the same as eating a giant bowl of pasta. And every sort of, all the Mexican food is like different iterations. It's similar shit, just like different iterations of it, and it's all fucking good. Banging. So I gotta go Mexican.
Yeah, I think Molly would take Mexican. But I think I got to go Chinese, man. Just like some boneless spare ribs, chicken and pork. Like, there's so much shit.
If I had to pick for you, I would have picked Chinese for you because I know how much you love Chinese food. You get Chinese food. Do you get it every week or no?
Not every week, but like pretty religiously.
Yeah. Corin always sends me pictures when he's having some Chinese. He'll send me, and it always looks delicious.
I like build out my plate of rice with the soy sauce, and then the boneless spare ribs, the noodles, and then chicken and broccoli on top. Oh my god, it's so good.
The Golden Child, thanks for the $5. Kyle, are your cologne and cleanliness rituals mostly about fear of BO anywhere, including your typically neglected areas like mid-back and belly button? No, I have zero fear of body odor. In fact, I know this sounds like I made it up, but I swear to everybody it's real, and you don't even need to take my word for it. In fact, go do the Q&A for Breaking Points if you're a member of Breaking Points, and ask this question there, and I promise she'll answer it. But I'm very weird. I have zero body odor. It's kind of insane. In fact, it's so weird to Crystal and to everybody who knows about it that we literally did some research on it, and we found out there actually is a gene that makes it so you don't have body odor, or you have next to none of it, right? And apparently, when we were researching it, there's a lot of certain types of Asians have that. Like a lot of Asians just don't have a strong body odor, and apparently, whatever that gene is, I also have, because I have next to no, maybe possible somewhere down there in the line. It's absolutely possible, but so yeah. I have no body odor, so I don't worry about that at all. Why did I get involved in fragrance? I think I got I've always had, a cologne or two. I've always had something, whether it be Polo Sport back in the day, or whether it be Abercrombie and Fitch Fierce, which dominated the world when we were in high school, or whatever. But I think I got a new cologne or something, and then I watched some YouTube videos on it, and then I got really interested in the fact that people can describe the smells so intricately and can break down the notes, 20 notes in a cologne. And I'm like, what? I just smelled and think this shit smells good. I don't know if there's fucking nutmeg in it or this or that. And so that just sparked it, where then I started watching other fragrance videos, and then I was like, oh, I kind of want to collect these shits. Then I got into, you got discount codes, and you can go to discounters and get $120 bottle of cologne, and you can get it for $50. And it's I don't know. I just got into the whole thing around it. And so that's where I am now.
Do you think, and I was talking about this with Molly, do you think each person has a scent? Do you think if I smelled you, I could be yeah, that's Kyle's smell?
I think kind of
cologne.
Yeah, kind of. There's you've heard of pheromones, right? There's a pheromone thing, there's a BO thing. Yeah. And apparently the way it works is when you find a mate, they have to have a certain kind of scent. You're only attracted to certain kinds of, I think it can't be the kind your dad has or your mom. It's got to be
really?
Yeah, there's some weird, I remember reading something about this years ago, but yeah, there is, but for us, it's kind of it's hard to tell. I think for a dog or a cat, they can smell, they know your smell, but for a person, it might be a little hard to tell. You know what I'm saying?
Because so my nephew gave me a whole bunch of clothes, and it's nice stuff, and I even when I put it on, I'm it smells like him. And
yeah,
so,
that could also be he uses a certain detergent that you associate with him, because that also happened with me, where my place smells a certain way, and everybody says that, and it's just the detergent I use or whatever.
Yeah, that could be true too, and maybe that's just what I think of his smell as, is that detergent.
Yeah. Office of the President of Earth, thanks again for the $5. Just want to say Erica Kirk scares the living shit out of me. Well, join the club, brother. Join the club. We agree. It is very bizarre. She's a bizarre person. I don't know what the hell they're doing, but it's not okay. It is not okay.
Yeah, she didn't have any moment to just grieve. I feel after it happened, she was putting herself out there even more.
Bro, has she even been with her fucking kids since daddy got shot? Because it doesn't look like it,
Yeah, facts.
Metalhead Matt, shout out. Thanks for the $5. To regain support of white WC men, Dems should shift their focus from identity to class, e.g. affirmative action should be based on socioeconomic status. Yeah, I mean, I agree with that last point. I think that if you do affirmative action based on socioeconomic status, it also ends up kind of breaking down along racial lines a little bit. But yeah, point taken. I kind of agree with that. But I wouldn't abandon social issues. In the past I would have said focus only on class, but now I think you got to do both. You got to fight every battle. You got to fight on both class and on social issues, and I wouldn't abandon social issues. Lefty Memes, thanks for the $5. Got the flu/influenza since the 18th, slowly recovering. Do you think RFK Jr. is responsible for the bitch that is the H3N2 influenza mutation? That's a great question. I don't know, but I would generally assume anything bad happening with health in this country is his fault because he's fucking destroying health and human services. But shout out to you, man. Hopefully you're getting better. That sucks. I know the flu is a rough one. It's a rough one to get.
Yeah, that shit sounds horrible. I would say just bundle up, put mad layers on, get under your sheets, sweat all that shit out, sit in a sauna, drink a big ass glass of orange juice, and you'll be good money tomorrow. Lefty memes.
Jonathan Gasana, thanks for the $5. What was your reaction seeing the Knicks win their first trophy since 1999 when they won the Eastern Conference Finals? Bro. Corin can tell you too, bro. Me and him both, and Bobby, all of us were just like on cloud nine, dog. It felt amazing. Didn't it feel amazing? It felt amazing to me. I was so excited.
Carl Anthony Towns said it best. Like seeing, like whatever the situation was, seeing champions on a shirt with the Knicks logo next to it just felt like almost like a dream, you know, like it didn't seem like we were in reality. Like it was like you're not supposed to see champions and like Knicks next to it. Like bro, it was pretty cool.
Corin and I have had the conversation before. What happens if we live and die and the Knicks never win anything in our lives?
Yeah.
In our lives. We've had that conversation because we were so used to the Knicks losing everything that like it almost felt like there was like a nihilism to it. Like, damn, we're always going to not win. We're never going to win. We're always going to lose.
Yeah.
And this was the first time that it felt like, oh shit, not only can we win, we just did win some shit, but like we might be in the top 3 or 4 in the league. It like, you know, in the betting markets and shit, like top 3 or 4, we could win the chip, bro. Like we have a good enough team to do that. You know what 100%. I'm saying?
Yeah. Nike put a big billboard up outside MSG and it was like Jalen Brunson and it said like, you know, like appetizer. And like it literally felt like an NBA Finals junior, you know, like it was like Clarkson hit a 3 to go up, you know, by 3 with 9 minutes left or something like that. And like all those moments were just, they felt like a championship kind of like you tasted it a little bit. So like that feeling there in the middle of the season, I know like that in-season tournament is just kind of like to generate money for the NBA and excitement and shit like that. And it's kind of just like a little thing they do to keep people interested in the beginning of the season. But that game that like it was also a good ass game. So like beyond it being the championship game, it was just a good ass basketball game. I think the referees did a good job of kind of letting them play, but it felt really cool. And then just to see them raising the trophy, and then you saw when Josh Hart put his thumb up.
I did. I did see that.
The fact that they're still just clowning on that level like is kind of hilarious. Because if I'm
they're a tight crew, bro. They're a tight crew.
That's what I'm saying. So it was awesome to see, man. That was super dope. I thought personally they should have put a banner up. Like, why not?
Yeah, well, fucking of course they should. And by the way, let me just say, for people who poo-poo the NBA Cup, in 5 years, it's going to be looked at as some OD prestigious ass shit if you win the NBA Cup. I'm telling you right now, because the thing that makes the NBA championship and anything like it feel like it really matters is the history of it, the tradition of it, the fact that we're so deep in the process that if you win it, that's the thing to win. Well, that's going to happen with the NBA Cup because they're going to keep doing it. Yeah. And at some point, everybody's going to be like, oh, shit, the NBA Cup. And like you said, it's like the NBA Championship Junior. I love the way you said that's exactly what the fuck it is.
Yep.
And so, like, that matters. It matters. And so anybody who's, like, not sold on it yet, give it time and you will be sold on it. I even like the shit they do where all the floors are always, like, a different color when they have an NBA Cup game. It gives it a feel of, like, oh, this is a different game. It's an elevated game, you know?
Yep. And to your point, every award, like even probably the Oscars the first year, people were probably like,
exactly.
Why are you celebrating that shit? Like you won some trophy that we just invented. And now you look at the Oscars and it's like, oh, I got to win a fucking Oscar. Yeah. So yeah, that's a great point. It's like eventually with time, people are going to be like, damn, the Knicks won one of those shits. Like it's just because it's still fairly new.
Hey, Kyle, finally fixed my Google account. Good to be with you guys. Well, good to be with you. Check you later. Thank you for the $5. We appreciate you.
Appreciate you.
Big Mouth Stand, thanks for the $5. Nicki Manaj being the latest washed celebrity to turn MAGA is hilarious to watch. She chose the worst time to start grifting when MAGA is falling apart. It's so true, man. It's so, like, disconnected politically. Like, how do you not see that now they're cooked? They're done. It's over. Trump's about to fucking die. Like, what are you doing? It's the worst time to do this.
Unless she just is getting, like, crazy money from the right wing, like, kind of like, what's the money, whatever, the donors or some shit like that. Like, I don't understand any other reason besides someone's, maybe saying her brother getting pardoned or some shit without like some reassurance that like Trump will definitely pardon him or some shit, like it's a big bold move to take on her part because people are gonna stop listening to her shit. Like it's a bold fucking thing to try to like get onto.
Yeah. So Cardi B is way better than Nicki Minaj.
Facts.
Officer of the President of Earth, thanks for the $5 again, man. Considering I am president of Earth, I feel I should ask, what do you think of world government or world federalism? I mean, I could see theoretically at a time in the distant future when humans are a little more evolved, I could see something like that functioning. But for the meantime, we haven't even managed to like correctly run, the U.S. government. So I feel like we got to start small. Start with small building blocks. Like sort out your local government, sort out your state government, sort out your national government, and then take it from there. But like right now, my faith in humanity is very low at the moment. So I would say that's sort of like a distant dream type thing as opposed to a right now type thing, if that makes sense. But I definitely would. I wish we could make it so the UN has more teeth, is more powerful, has rulings that actually stick. Because right now I feel like the UN they've been iced out. They don't even matter. But I feel like they should. We should get to a point where the UN is strong, if that makes sense.
You ever see the video of that guy? I think he was at the UN. He was drinking from the pitcher of water.
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, it was like a president of somewhere. Like he just straight
up drinking the pitcher
and drinking the water.
That's
I don't know
gangster.
like what the story behind it, if there's no glass there, but he just straight picked up the pitcher and started drinking that shit. It was mad funny.
I wonder if he was on cocaine or something.
Probably.
The Golden Child, thanks for the $5. Do Crystal and Molly like musicals? What will it take to get you guys to the Lincoln Center in New York City for the New Rochelle set Broadway musical Ragtime? So I know Crystal loves musicals, and we've been to our fair share of musicals, and but we're not going. I don't think we're going to be going to Ragtime in Lincoln Center in New York.
Why
City.
is it the New Rochelle set brought like was Ragtime a New Rochelle thing?
I guess so. That's how I read that Broadway came out that Ragtime came out of New Rochelle. That's the way I'm reading that.
Yeah.
But we've been to. There's a place in DC we've been to. We actually were just on Broadway not that long ago. We saw Book of Mormon, which is also a musical. And I enjoyed that. It was actually really funny. It's made by the guys who make South Park made that. It was actually fun. I'm not a big musical guy, but that one was good. It was fun. It was interesting. And so yeah, I think she's been to more than me though. Sometimes she takes the girls, and me and my boy don't go. But
I've been to some musicals. I don't know. I probably not going to get to this Ragtime one, but yeah, I forgot what I was going to say. But yeah, I enjoy them too. I think they're good. I forgot what point I was going to make, but
Jonathan Gasana, thanks again for the $5. Kyle, did you get starstruck meeting Rokana? No, I did not get starstruck meeting Rokana. I've known Rokana for a long time actually, so he's a very cool guy. CMEC1, thanks for the $5. Shout out to Kyle for putting me on to Ralph Club's New York. It's been my daily since purchase, bro. I'm telling you guys, man. It's first of all. Yeah, it's ranked my number 2 or 3. I think.
Okay.
It's brand new and it smells like $1 million, bro. It is so amazing. That shit works for everybody too. And people sleep on it. They don't know about it. People don't think of Polo much anymore when like they think of a fragrance comes to mind.
Is that Ralph Lauren or is it
Ralph Lauren? Yeah.
It is Ralph Lauren's.
It's Ralph Lauren. It's called Ralph's Club New York. It comes in like a chromey type bottle. And I'm telling you, bro, like it's one of it's not one of those scents that's controversial. Like everybody will like it. I remember I was at the store at Sephora and I was smelling through the different ones. And when I got to that one, my eyes like lit up. I was like, oh shit, this one is amazing. And so I bought it on the spot like that because that shit was like next level. It's one of those ones where it's special. When you smell it, you're like, oh, this one's special. Like this one's just way better than the other ones,
Yep.
Greater Wisdom, thanks for the $5. At Kyle, are you in favor of a unicameral Congress, abolish the Senate, and adopting a parliamentary multi-party system? Corin, would you do sports commentary? To answer your question, I do prefer those systems to what we have. I do, yeah. So I would say yes. Not that I think we can get it overnight or anything like that, but I do prefer them.
And yeah, I would do some sports commentary. I did Sports Buffet with Matt for a little bit. I just would pick the stories that I think are interesting, and have to speak to them. But yeah, I definitely would. And maybe in 26, I'm going to get to some more stuff. But I'm going to start maybe doing those ones where like you put your head over a video and kind of speak to it.
Metalhead Matt, thanks for the $5. Hey Kyle, if you could deny Thomas Matthew Crooks a gun on looks alone, what's to stop a store owner or the FBI/police doing the same with a male person of color? I'm sure when I made that point, I was being a bit hyperbolic for comedic effect, but yeah, I mean, I wouldn't actually have a policy of looks alone, but I'm sure I said that as a hyperbolic joke. Globe 99, thanks for the $5. I have an idea to do a Kyle and Corin mashup video of all my favorite parts from old to new Kyle and Corin episodes. Wanted to see what y'all think. That sounds like a lot of work, Globe 99. That sounds like a lot of work, but if you put it together for sure, you could send it to Lilith, and I'm sure she'd get it over to me. But don't drive yourself nuts making that.
Yeah,
it seems like it's a whole thing, man. But we appreciate you. Thank you very much.
That's what I always think about. I'm like, I'm going to cut up some of these clips to put them to videos, but then I'm like, I don't know where to start or how to cut them up or where, like.
What you got to do, if you're going to do it, what you got to do is like literally when we're having the conversation, if you feel like, oh, this was a moment, you write down the timestamp and then you go back afterwards and you go through it and you listen to the part. Like that's the only way to do it. Because if you don't do it that way, then you got to wait for I could show you how to do it, but like there's a transcript that pops up after a while. That if you remember one of the words you said, you could look up when you said that word and then go to that spot and then cut it out that way, There's
someone who comments from time to time on the videos with all the timestamps. That shit, sometimes I see those and I'm like, oh, that's clutch. So whoever does that, shout out to you for fucking doing that.
Path of Then 7988. Thanks for the $5. Just a reminder, the reason we're all still talking about Epstein now is because Elon brought it up during their feud. Why would Donald J. Trump not deport Elon? Maybe because he also has some dirt on Trump. I wouldn't be surprised if Elon also has some dirt on Trump. This guy's got dirt, man. There's dirt all over this man. He could be controlled, no doubt, by foreign countries. I have no doubt about it.
There's a wide receiver I saw last night on Sunday, the Detroit Lions. His last name is Tesla with 2 A's.
Really? No shit.
Yeah,
that's funny.
It's like T lowercase ELSAA or some shit.
Jesse94, thanks for the $5. Hi Kyle, what is your favorite type of movies and music? So music, everybody knows this, but if I'm going in order, it probably goes R&B number 1, and then tied for number 2 is hip hop and pop music. And you sprinkle in anything between like 1980s and today, I can get down with. Anything before that, I don't really like. In terms of movies, I don't know. It's sort of hit or miss. It's sort of all over the place. Like, I'll say there's only been a few, like maybe 5 or fewer comedy movies that I really fucking loved. Like, you got to really be funny to get me to put a comedy movie in like my top movies. So I would say I probably gravitate more. I don't like horror too much. I'm not big on horror. I don't know. I probably gravitate towards like, a good drama thing. I also don't like fantasy that much, although I love Game of Thrones, but fantasy in general, I sort of shy away from. But like, I'm not as big a movie guy. I'm more of a show guy. And I I love The Wire. I love The Sopranos. I love Breaking Bad. I love shows like that. So that's what I would say.
And like actors, like, if Denzel was in
Denzel Washington. Yeah. I would.
Yeah.
Leonardo DiCaprio, Denzel Washington. Those are guys I'd watch all the time. Yeah. West on Long. Thanks for the $5. Happy holidays from Portland. Kyle, thoughts on why I sell myself cologne. Also, look into happy lamps for seasonal depression. Corin, thoughts on Denny Avdija.
Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but you probably saw him last night. I think he's on the Wizards. He's the Israeli guy that plays on the Wizards. Or maybe he's on Portland now.
Yeah, I don't know if I saw Guy Avdija.
I think he's on Portland, actually, but he was with the Wizards. I think he's a good player.
Is he any good?
Yeah, I think he's solid. I've actually got a funny story on him. So I worked the basketball camp with the top 100 players out of high school, and Denny came to the camp. They flew him in from Israel, and the last day of the camp, they got like these nice Nike windbreaker jackets, and I'm probably gonna incriminate myself, but he left his behind. So I picked it up, and I was like, because we didn't get any gear as staff or anything like that, so he left his behind. As it was the last day, they were doing trophy ceremonies or whatever, and I didn't know it was his, but there was one left behind. I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna there's my jacket now. Someone left his shit. They get tons of free stuff at all these camps too or whatever. I get the jacket and I bring it upstairs. And this is in a big arena, so I have to walk upstairs. There's security all around. So I kind of was going up and I tucked the jacket away. Bro, tell me how I'm thinking no one's gonna care about this jacket. Again, these players get so much shit. To them, it's they're gonna go to another camp, get more Nike stuff. This guy Denny is standing, I go back downstairs. He's standing with a security guard, talking about the jacket. So they're all on the radio like,
oh my God, bro.
Has anybody seen the jacket? Has anybody like he put it right here? This and that. So one old ass lady security guard was like, I saw him like walking upstairs. I was like, yo. So I had to be like, no, I didn't see it, this and that. Like I don't know. And then, yo, I swear, he called over like 2 other security guards. Like,
oh my God, this is getting
like
bad.
I saw him walking up the thing. And shout out to him because he's getting paid millions of dollars now, so he probably doesn't care. But he was like crying over the jacket. Like he kind of was like on some bitch shit. I'm like, yo, it's a jacket. Just go back to the trophy ceremony. Like, who cares? So I ended up like going back up to the room, got the jacket, and was like, oh, I found it. Like, and he got his jacket back. That punk, man, he couldn't just let me like hold out with the jacket. So like, kind of fuck him because like he was so worried about this jacket. And now he's getting all this free gear from the NBA. So like, if he sees this or watches, let me get that jacket back, bro. But the security was on to me, man, because I kind of like skirted up the stairs, and one old ass lady was like, I think I saw him like running up. And then they came together, and 3 of them were like, yeah, you're right, I did see him running up the shit. But his crying ass got me caught.
Oh my God, bro, that's so funny. What are the chances they mentioned the exact player that you have that story about? That is so crazy. That's so crazy. Yeah. Holy shit. All right. For me, to answer the questions you asked me. So I haven't tried YSL myself cologne, but I think I have YSL myself. I got one of the little sampler bottles, and I think it was YSL myself eau de parfum. I think it was. So I think it's the parfum, not the cologne version, but I like it. It's a sweet scent, super wearable. People will love it. Like, you're not going to find anybody who doesn't like that. There's a lot of things out that smell a lot like it. For me, I prefer YSL Y eau de parfum over YSL myself. It's a little less sweet, but it's still got some sweetness. And I don't know, it's just like I feel like it's a longer lasting scent, a little heavier scent. And so I prefer YSL Y. But if you have YSL myself cologne, it's definitely a safe buy. People will fucking love it on you. You can't go wrong with that shit. And on the seasonal depression thing, bro, my glasses that I wear, my yellow shits, they cured it, bro. Like, I'm good. Like, I'm chilling.
Do you wear those on air?
No, I don't wear them on air.
Okay.
I mean, I've worn them here on Corin every now and then, but no, I don't. I usually just wear them during the day. It's like right when I wake up, I'll throw them bitches on.
And just that yellow color? Like, does a blue or anything else work?
Just the yellow shit. It's only, the yellow. It's like a yellowy orange. It's like the perfect shade of yellow orange where it just makes a cloudy day seem like it's super bright. It makes it feel, even if it's gray outside, it feels like it's the middle of the summer when you put them on. Mm-hmm. So I swear to you guys, go to Amazon. If you struggle with seasonal depression, go to Amazon and type in like 1970s hippie glasses or something like that. I think I typed in that because I used it for my my Halloween costume, which was that. Mm-hmm. And like, you'll see it, and they have different ones. They have like pink ones, they have yellow ones, or whatever. Get the yellow looking ones, the yellowy orange looking ones. That shit OD snuffed out any seasonal depression I had left in the crib. Just like that was it. Was over. It was a wrap.
And so now I'm not even to be some like prescription-y official shit.
Nope,
right?
Not prescription. The shits were like $10 or something cheap, bro. It was like maybe 20 bucks, something like that. So like, I'm telling you guys, man, imagine the lamp for seasonal depression, except you could just wear them all the time outside. The only thing is they look goofy as shit. So like, you don't want to be seen with them in public, but like, I'm like, who gives a fuck? Who cares?
They
like,
probably make different, frames of them too.
That's the thing though, is they don't like, I looked everywhere. I told Crystal, me and Crystal were on like a mission. I was like, I want to find some shits like this that are more like rectangular, a little more like squared off type shit.
Newer type shit.
Yeah, they look more like the Cartier type look, like, sort of rimless, but kind of nice. And they just don't. Like, I bought every iteration of like yellowy or orange yellowy glasses that are out there. Not a single one hits the exact same like wavelength as the ones that I got, the circular ones that I got.
Interesting.
So like, you just got to sort of suck it up on the style of it. But I'm telling you, that shit fucking works, bro. I'm giving don't say, if you have seasonal depression, you got no excuse now. Go get them shits and it'll help. And I've seen it too. Like, in real time, I've seen it hit people who have seasonal depression where they'll put them on and they go, oh, like there's a moment of like, oh, you get it. You get it. Now, Crystal, who never had seasonal depression, she put them on and she's like, these shits, like, it looks ridiculous through these shits. Like, she sees it like, this is just ridiculous. Like, everything looks like weird.
Yeah.
But if you have seasonal depression, you put them on, it's just like you come alive. You're like, oh shit, I got the shit,
You know what intrigues me a little bit? That like I asked Molly because our eye insurance re-ups and the new year is the Meta glasses. I feel like I want to try a pair of
Mm.
them shits. Do you care about those at all? Would you ever try those?
It's like Facebook glasses, basically.
No, it's just regular glasses, but you can like record on them. So like,
Yeah, they have Ray-Bans that are like that. I've seen
yes.
Ray-Bans like that shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like if somebody's streaming and they want to like make a video and they want to like walk around with it, I can kind of see a reason for it. But the thing that creeps me out about those is I could also just see really weird creepers using it all the time.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
you know what
man.
I'm saying? Like, look
Yeah.
at girls' asses and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, my buddy has them, and he was at a Knicks game, and he was like, all I kept thinking is like, if I forgot to turn those shits off when I went to go take a piss, and I'm like looking down at my junk, and I'm on like Instagram or Facebook Live, like taking a piss, and everybody's like, "Yo, your glasses are on, your glasses are on."
Oh
My
man,
junk is just hanging out on his live stream. He's like, "That's all I could think about with those shits."
totally. And it's a tale as old as time. People doing a podcast, leaving their mics on, taking a piss. You hear the shit like that has happened too. You know.
The Philadelphia Flyers announcer just got caught on a hot mic because he
saw that. Why don't you blow me while you're down there?
I mean,
shout
like,
out to that guy. That guy should not get fired. I hope he.
That's what I was going to ask you. It's like I think he got suspended. I don't know for how long.
Come on,
like,
man.
And not everybody has to get suspended for like just saying some shit that like isn't even like, you know, like it's just like he just said it, you know.
And it's also like how many fucking like 7-year-olds or 12-year-olds are listening to Philadelphia Flyers radio.
Exactly.
You know, like it's all 8-year-old guys with a beer belly and like, you know what I'm saying?
The same shit.
Yeah, like those guys heard that and they'll fucking laugh at it. They'll fucking enjoy it because it's funny. You know, like I feel bad for him. That sucks.
Yep.
Zach Langdon, thanks for the $5. Hey guys, I was wondering if you could rank the realistic 2028 Democratic candidates in order of likelihood of becoming the presidential nominee. Yeah, sure. I'll give you a quick breakdown. Numero uno, Gavin Newsom. Number 2, AOC. Number 3, Kamala Harris. Number 4, Ro Khanna. Number 5,
Buttigieg.
Number 5, Buttigieg. Yeah, number 5, Buttigieg. And that's it. Those are the top ones that come to mind. Those are the ones who I think are going to run. Those are the top ones that come to mind. So that's what I'd say. Those are the in order of like likelihood of winning the nomination. That's what I'd say. Office of the President, thanks again for the $10. I saw the Hunter interview again. Don't know if you saw. Near the end, Andrew gave a preview of other work on adult babies. I saw Hunter, who looks like Joe, talk about adult babies. # Giant Meteor 2028. I love that interview that Andrew Callahan did with Hunter. I thought it was fucking amazing. It actually made me like Hunter quite a bit. But it's a shame the adult babies thing, though. I'm sure that's seared into your mind now, and that sucks.
What did he say about adult babies?
Adult babies. I think adult babies is like Andrew Callahan's going to do a show on this I guess this niche of people who are into this weird like baby play where like it's grown ass men, but they'll wear a diaper and they'll sleep in a crib and they'll want to be treated like a baby.
What the fuck?
And there's some people who live like that where like, you know, the woman will take care of the guy and the guy acts like a fucking little baby. And that's like part of what they do. It's like a lifestyle and like a weird sexual thing. So yeah, it's weird as fuck, bro. The shit people are into, man, weird as fuck.
And it's usually like super, 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 super wealthy people that like, yeah, will want like a pacifier in their mouth or something like that.
Well, it's always like the stereotype is like the Fortune 500 CEO who's like an alpha male at work wants to be a fucking a beta, you know, wants like a dominatrix to beat his ass and tell him he's a little bitch and shit, you know.
Weird, yeah,
totally. Metalhead Matt, thanks again for the $5. Fact check. Only 1,728 have died in mass shootings since 1966. Rockefeller. Okay, that depends how you define mass shooting, right? GVA is about 40K. Gun deaths.
Gun violence in America.
GVA. Oh, I think what he's saying is about 40,000 people die every year from guns. That's true. And 15 to 20K for all gun deaths, excluding suicides per year. So you're saying 15 to 20,000. Yeah. So if you do the math on that, right? So let's just do, instead of doing mass shootings, let's do gun deaths. So if you do gun deaths using your numbers, excluding suicides, which I don't even know why we should exclude them, but let's just exclude them for argument's sake here. Let's do 20,000 times, let me think, 66, 70. So that's like 50 years, close to 50 years. So 20,000 times 5 equals what? Okay, never mind. I was trying to do math and that shit did not work out.
I was like, if you came up with some number, that shit would have been impressive as fuck.
But anyway, it's I was thinking whatever number I used, I was thinking more like total gun deaths, I guess. So I was thinking like 35 or 40,000 multiplied by however many years it's been since 1966.
So what's Metalhead Matt's trying to say? It's not a lot that we got?
Well, he's trying to say that the number I had said some preposterously high number about the number of people that have died in mass shootings in this country since like the 1960s. But if you actually just do mass shootings, he said it's only 1,728. But that depends on how you define mass shooting, right? It could be like, 4 people or more died in one go.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so that's why I said I was thinking more just gun deaths, which is 30 to 40,000. And if you multiply that by the number of years it's been since 1966, that's a lot of fucking people. If you have like 30,000 people die every year from guns every year since 1966, that's a fucking lot of people. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
MK in New Jersey, thanks for the $20. That's a very kind of donation of you.
Yeah, thank you.
80s, 90s sitcoms tier list. Just a thought. Happy holidays, guys. Yeah, that would be a good one. 80s, 90s sitcom tier list. That's a good one. Write that one down because that's we could have fun with that one between fucking like Full House, Family Matters, Boy Meets World. Like there's a lot of shit that was just
Saved by the Bell
bangers.
was one. There was like
Saved by the Bell, so good. Yeah, facts.
That's goated. Yeah. Happy holidays, MK.
Yeah, thank you for the $20. Wes Nelson, thanks for the $5. Most overrated actor in your opinion? Tom Cruise is my choice because he plays the same dude in every movie, but his character in Tropic Thunder is goated.
Yeah, but that's not a good argument because like Keanu Reeves plays the same role, so does Liam Neeson.
Wait,
like,
Tom Cruise is in Tropic Thunder?
Yeah, he's like balding and he like dances.
All right. Okay. I thought they were confusing Robert Downey Jr. with
No, Cruise, I think, is like we're businessman shit. Like
most overrated actor. I don't know. That's a good question. I haven't really thought about it. Do you have anybody for that? Most overrated actor?
I don't know. I feel
I don't know. I don't know enough actors to be able to answer. Like I don't follow movies that much, so I just don't know enough actors to be able to comment on that.
Yeah, and I feel like I don't watch enough like movies to know who would be a bad actor.
Facts. Yeah.
Like
so sorry, Wes. We're really whiffing on your question here, Wes. We apologize for that, but I just don't know enough actors to really be able to answer that question. But I'm sure there's somebody who's like super one-dimensional that really doesn't have any range whatsoever, and I'm sure they suck.
Yeah. But Tom Cruise, I feel like, is a good actor.
It was all his looks that got him to where he was. Yeah. Downfall Parodies, thanks for the $10.
Picture of him, his teeth were like all fucked up.
Yeah, he had one tooth in the middle. It wasn't like
weird.
It was very weird. It was like shifted. Shout out to you, Downfall Parodies. Thanks for the $10. Miss Finland lost her crown for a racist eye gesture mocking Asians. MPs from the governing racist Finns party copied it and posted pics, triggering diplomatic fallout with Korea, Japan, etc. Wow, that is crazy, bro. I didn't see that story. That is wild. That's a whole thing right there. Like, I don't know. It's so weird watching right-wingers. Like, they try to make a virtue of racism, Mm-hmm. Like, look, I'm not going to sit here and be holier than thou and act like I do accents all the fucking time. I make fun of everybody. Mm-hmm. I'll do any fucking accent you want me to do to make fun of somebody. I'll do it. Like, that's how I am. Like, I've done shit like that. Like it's nothing, but I'm not like rubbing that shit in. You know what I'm saying? Like if you do the AI thing, you can't just be like, now I'm going to post this shit on social media. Like, what are you, stupid? Yeah. Like, why would you? You're just begging for the heat if you do that. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. So like all these fucking politicians trying to make it like some like rally to the cause type shit. It's like, no, see, now you fucked up and now there's diplomatic fallout with all these Asian countries. Like, go fuck yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a bad way to go out too. Damn. But yeah. She should maybe sleep at night knowing that she won the crown.
Jonathan, thanks again for the $5, man. The Pentagon failing 8 audits in a row became big news on TikTok. Kyle, what should a lefty leader do about that? Arrest all the fucking criminals, the people who engaged in the looting of the Treasury. Like there are people at Raytheon and Halliburton and Boeing and Kellogg Brown and Root and Honeywell and all these different companies that have just they've looted the Treasury. They literally stole like millions of dollars a piece, billions of dollars in total, maybe even trillions of dollars in total. Like, that was the grand theft. The grand theft has been at the Pentagon. And so, yeah, you're going to have to lock people up. You're going to have to do investigations and find out who stole what and lock them the fuck up. There's definitely going to be a paper trail. There's definitely going to be a way to figure out who did what. So, yeah, that's what you got to do. There's no way around it. That's what you got to do. Lock them up, make an example of them, and then scale back on the military, cut military spending at least 40%, you know?
Who done it?
John Prothero, thanks for the $10. Appreciate it. I feel like Elon being horrible has stigmatized the left against AI too much. Most concerns about data centers can be fixed with regulations, ban electricity price increases, and heavily fine polluting. Yeah, I guess I'm a little more doomer and a little more of a Luddite than you are, because I do feel like all the other impacts are just as bad, if not worse. I mean, I think the information environment is cooked. Me and Corin were just talking about that earlier, that like nobody knows what's real anymore. 30% of the entry-level jobs are already being replaced by ChatGPT. So I just feel the goal is openly stated as we want AI to do all the work. And at the same time they say that, they're also cutting the social safety net. So it doesn't take a genius to figure out, if you cut back on the social safety net so people can't get help from the government and you take their jobs, what are people? They're just like now a nuisance that get in the way of billionaires' profits. So what happens then? Like a genocide of everybody? So like it doesn't add up. It doesn't make sense to me. If you did AI and it was strictly regulated and you said, look, here's the rule, like we're rewriting the social contract so that everybody's going to have a machine that does work for them, and then they get paid based off the labor of the machine, and you do whatever you want. Yeah, if that was the case, if that was the world we lived in, I would be like, okay, sign me up. It is what it is. Regulate it, make sure the pollution's not bad, make sure electricity prices don't go up, but we all don't have to work anymore and we get paid, right? That's fine, but that's not the world we live in. The world we live in, there's like 10 people that have more wealth than like more than half the world combined. And like they want all the money. And so they're like, that's what I'm worried about, is the social contract is being ripped up right in front of our eyes. And like that has consequences people haven't fucking thought through. It's like they're a bunch of idiots making these decisions. They don't know what's happening. They don't know what's going to. In fact, here, let me read this to you real quick, because I feel like me and Crystal were just talking about something like this, and I feel like it perfectly explains how I'm feeling about this. All right, so here, ready? So Trump gave a speech, and here's one of the things he said. He's talking about AI here. He says, quote, we're gonna need the help of robots and other forms of, I guess you could say, employment. We're gonna be employing a lot of artificial things. That's what Trump said. What the fuck does that mean? What does that mean? Do you think this guy knows the downsides of AI as time moves forward? Do you think he understands the consequences of this beast that he's unleashing on us right now? He has no fucking idea. He has no idea. So they're going to fuck around and destroy civilization and then be like, oops, but it's okay because we escaped to our billionaire bunker. Fuck that. I'm trying to prevent that from happening. I am doomer on AI for sure.
Yeah.
Downfall Parodies, thanks for the $5. Did not expect to see Walter Cronkite and Winnie the Pooh in the Epstein files. Bro, so that actually was Walter Cronkite? I couldn't tell because he looked old and he didn't look like what he used to look like when he was younger.
Wait, what?
So like,
Walter Cronkite was in the Epstein?
Walter Cronkite was in the Epstein files. Yeah, I guess that's real. There was a picture of an old guy, and a lot of people said, that's Walter Cronkite. And I was like, I don't know if they're joking or not or whatever, but this guy seems to think it's real. So I don't know. I mean, I guess he is in there, but that's crazy, bro. That's crazy. I didn't notice him. It didn't look like him to me.
I mean, yeah, it doesn't surprise me once you're old and if you buddied up with Epstein and he's like, yo, come to this island. There's girls there. Like, but Winnie the Pooh, it's been 100 years I saw Winnie the Pooh. So shout out to Winnie the Pooh.
T-Lane, thanks for the $10. If you were to be a guest at one of TPUSA's Funeral Mania events, what intro song would you want to enter to? And what would your pyrotechnics look like? This Sunday, Catch Memorial Slam. Yeah, I would have pyrotechnics that came out in the shape of a dick. It'd be like, the shaft, the head, and two balls. So I would definitely do that.
And then have one of those sparkers that just fly up.
And the entrance song I would come into is, "Oh, you ladies pop your pussy like this. Shake your body, don't stop, don't miss." Yeah, that's what I would do.
That would be a good one. That would be, yeah, they are like WrestleMania events, man.
Totally. They're so soulless. Wes Nelson, thanks for the $5. The picture of Elon at an Epstein dinner was a deep fake. He told me himself, and he has more reason to lie. Joe Rogan probably. Oh, that's coming. That's fucking coming. You wait for it. It's on the way. Metalhead Matt, thanks again for the $5. Mass globalization / migration could destroy global culture diversity through homogenization to the same extent conquest colonization has in the past. I don't agree with that because you can have a melting pot of a society where you still get cultural things that are introduced, right? Like, for example, think of black culture within the context of the US. They've given us like all the dope music, all the dope dances. Like they have tremendous cultural impact while being part of a melting pot. So like, I think you actually can protect culture while having a melting pot. In fact, I think that's one of the things that leads to it being protected. I mean, think of New York City. There's like a Chinatown in New York City, right? Like you get the distinct culture literally while being part of a bigger thing, you get the distinct culture. And people like that. A lot of people like that, myself included. People who are liberals and lefties like that mix of cultures coming together. It makes it interesting. It makes it fun. It makes it a little different, right? As opposed to, I mean, imagine living in a world where it's, just one type of person everywhere. I mean, that would get kind of boring, and that would, you'd be stuck in a limited way of thinking with limited ideas, limited type of music, limited type of cuisine. So like, I actually disagree. I think it's quite the opposite.
Yeah. Thanks, Matt.
Nepal LV, thanks for the $10. Kyle, I listen to you every day. It's surreal that you actually know I exist. It's a pleasure to meet you. Well, thank you, Nepal LV, and I appreciate you watching. And please continue to do so, and I will keep trying to entertain and inform you. Ober Wanowitz, thanks for the $10. Happy holidays to Corin, Molly, Kyle, Crystal, and the rest of your families. Thanks for keeping up with the crazy year of content. Well, thank you for listening and for watching and for super chatting. We really appreciate it. Yeah. And stay tuned. We got a whole nother year of stuff to get to.
There's a lot going on.
Downfall Parodies, thanks for the $5. Thoughts on John Haidt and his push to ban phones in schools and social media accounts for under 16s? So on the ban phones one, I'm sort of 50-50 on that. And I see a lot of people debating this. But I have personal experience with this now because I have a 12-year-old boy. And let me tell you something. When we say, oh, the kids are addicted to their phones or addicted to their devices or addicted to social media or addicted to whatever, right? If you don't have kids, you can't get it. You have to. I had to see it with my own eyes to understand what actual like phone addiction looks like. Think about this. You're cutting yourself strawberries. And as you're cutting strawberries, you're watching your phone. You're watching your phone as you're trying to cut strawberries, risking like cutting off your fucking finger. You're walking into walls because you can't stop looking at your phone. I'm not even kidding. I'm giving like real world examples of shit that's happened. This is what I'm trying to say. Imagine, I'll give you another story. Imagine you play soccer, right? It's halftime or you're pulled out of the game for a little bit, and you're not listening to the coach because you're watching YouTube Shorts. You snuck your phone to the bench and you're sitting there watching YouTube Shorts. So I don't want to hear it from people who who haven't seen this firsthand. You literally don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Yeah. And look, I'm not judging you because I was there. I remember when Crystal told me, like, look, he's got a little bit of an issue with the phone. Like, it's something we got to be on top of. And I remember thinking, like, what does that mean? You're wrong. Like, obviously, if you leave him alone after 2 or 3 hours, whatever, he'll go do something else. That's what people do. You do one thing, and then after a while, you go do something else. I had to see with my own eyes. Oh, wait a second. That's not true. If you leave him alone from when he wakes up, he will sit there on the phone from when he wakes up till the moment he goes to sleep.
Yeah.
And he will do nothing else. He will eat while watching the phone. He will go to the bathroom while watching the phone. He will do everything while watching the phone. So on the phone one, I'm torn on it, but I kind of get it. The reason I say I'm torn is because there are kids who aren't addicted, and it's unfair to them to say you can't have the phone because some people can't control themselves, right?
Yeah.
On the social media accounts for under 16s being banned, that I disagree with. That is like, no. That's government being too big. Let the parents do the parenting. Like the parents got to step up, and you decide whether or not your kid is mature enough for that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So the second one, no. The first one I'm split on. But I guess I'm a little triggered by people who don't understand the extent of the problem, or they pretend like there's no problem. It's like, no, you literally just don't know what you're talking about. It's an actual addiction in the same way that like a crackhead is addicted, that it can ruin their life, where that's all they will fucking focus on and all they will do. In a way where I literally didn't get it. I thought, oh yeah, I've been addicted to things in my life. The fuck I have compared to what I witnessed with my own 2 eyes.
Yeah.
No, I haven't been. If I sit there and do something for 3 hours, I'll be like, all right, I'm going to go do some other shit now. It's been 3 hours. That doesn't happen with this sort of addiction. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, 100%. And like the thoughts that can get implemented into a kid's age on the videos that they're watching,
right. It's got to be monitored closely,
That's what I'm saying. There could be some like demonic shit that they're watching, or like weird stuff that like is giving them thoughts of doing something, crazy or whatnot. But I think in New York, there's like, I know at the high school that my brother teaches at, like, the kids have to put their cell phones away. Like, there's a cell phone ban for students. Like, they're not allowed to have their phones throughout the whole day.
We have a ban here too in Virginia. Mm-hmm. There's a ban. They don't even let you bring it on campus.
Oh yeah, see, like, so they've already started. Yeah. So is this guy trying to have a push to ban phones in school?
Well, like, it sounds to me like, no, it's not a national thing. It's like state by state, or like not even state by state. It's more like city by city or locality, like school district by school district.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of torn on that one. I could see arguments in favor of it, but I sympathize with the arguments against it because, look, I've never been addicted to my phone. You've never been addicted to your phone. If you tell me at any age that, sorry, you can't have your phone at all. What's that?
Molly would say I'm addicted to my phone.
I've seen way worse than you. Let me just say that. But like, I feel like kind of unfair to the people who are not addicted and can just use it for practical things, who sort of need it for practical things. So that's why I'm split on that one. But on the other one, I'm not split on. You can't ban it for 16 and under. I mean, that's like, who the fuck are you to decide that? There's going to be plenty of 14-year-olds who are responsible enough to use it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I've seen both ends of the spectrum. I've seen addiction, and I've also seen perfectly responsible usage where there's not ever going to be a problem. Yeah. Where it's just like whatever the constitutional makeup is of the person in question, it's just, I use this for 30 minutes, I'm done. I'm going to go do something else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a weird one.
Clanker Wank, thanks for the $5. Kyle hasn't been the same since he was 12, and a man in a white van said, "Hey kid, wants a big seltzer." Let's just say he gave him his big seltzer.
Was it you, Clanker Wank?
It's with a name like that, I'm going to guess yes.
Yeah.
Big Mouth Sand, thanks again for the $5. Tim Dillon gave a shout out to AOC, Bernie, Grant Platter, and Hassan Piker. He's going to pivot to the left soon since the right is in turmoil, I'm thinking. I don't know, man. Maybe he will. That's the optimistic take, but I don't know. I think I saw the clip you're talking about. Crystal just played it for me not that long ago, and it was like, he said, he was like kind of joking, and he was like, "Look, I will personally go fucking campaign for AOC if, like, whatever." It was something about how Kash Patel sucks with the FBI and is fucking up the investigations, and it was like a hyperbolic joke, I feel like. But I don't know if he has that in him. I don't know if he has it. Plattner maybe, but I don't know. I don't see him as I don't think he could get behind AOC. I really don't see him as the type to do that. Aaron Tagonist, thanks for the $10, man. Appreciate it. Hey, fellas, happy holidays. Kyle, you should go on Leftist Mafia if your schedule ever opens up. Keep up the good fight. Left is best. Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate that. That is very kind of you, and I would love to. I'd love to go on Leftist Mafia. I'm friends with a lot of the people on that show. Humanist Report, Mike Figueredo. I'm also buddy with David Dole. You know, I've had them on Island Friends and stuff, and I've chatted with them. They're good friends. And you know, I don't think I know Matt Binder, but I like Matt Binder. So yeah. Anyway, Bottle Rocket, thanks for the $5. Would you hypothetically vote for the best version of Massey/Paul, anti-Zionist and libertarian on LGBT, or worst version of Harris/Newsom in 2028? So here's the problem. Massey, I don't even think he supported the thing to call it a genocide and to cut off the weapons and sanction that. No, it was sanctions. He didn't support the sanctions. He didn't sign on to the sanctions, which like 21 Democrats signed on to. He didn't sign on to that. So like, he's actually not anti-Zionist. That's point number one. Point number two is, you know, Paul and Massey, they'll be good like every now and then, but in theory, if you're a libertarian, I should probably agree with you 40% of the time. But like Rand Paul, I agree with like 10 to 20% of the time. So like, they're not even really full libertarian. Certainly Paul is not really full libertarian. Massey is closer, but even he might not be like full in the sense of his voting record. Like I said, he wouldn't even vote to sanction Israel. So I still think Harris and Newsom would objectively be better in the sense that they're going to try to protect Social Security and Medicare and Medicaid. I think Harris actually gives a shit about childcare. It's one thing that's sort of consistent throughout her time in public life, is that she gives a shit about like trying to get childcare for people. She cares about the care economy. And so like, I think there would be more positive things done for people if Harris and Newsom were to win in 2028, if Harris or Newsom were to win in 2028, than Massey and Paul. I feel like the areas where they're better, if you get into the specifics, they're actually not as good as you might think, right? And like any average Democrat is going to be about the same as them on the issues where they'd be better, like foreign policy stuff. And they just be way better on domestic stuff where like they protect the social safety net, which is a huge deal considering Elon and Trump destroyed it. So that's what I would say. Certainly, I think Harris and Newsom would be better than those two. Nordic model comes. Oh, shout out to Alec or Alechinsaw. Alec Hinshaw.
Yeah.
Alec Hinshaw. Let's go with Alec Hinshaw.
Yeah,
Shout out.
right.
Thanks for the $5. Throw some capital letters in there for me, y'all, so I can understand what I'm saying here. Nordic model comes at the cost of capitalist exploitation of the third world. Yes, we need it now, but not in the end. Not the end all be all socialism long term. So not reacting to your second point there, but to the first point, I'm still not convinced. Like, I've heard this forever that social democracy relies on the exploitation of the third world, but it doesn't have to, right? That's the thing that I haven't seen a good response to my counter on this, which is instead of just stealing the natural resources, you could just pay these developing countries for their natural resources. And I'm not even saying take all of them, just, pay for what you need, right? And so, like, that's doable. Why do we pretend like the only way to do social democracy is to fucking loot and pillage and rob? Like, that's not the case. I feel like it's a very brain dead take to say, like, oh, it necessitates stealing. Like, no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. You could just pay for this stuff. And honestly, it wouldn't even cost a crazy amount because these are developing countries where a dollar goes much further, right? So, like, it's just not true. I don't buy that first point, and I would implore you to stop saying it because I haven't heard a good reaction to my counterpoint on that. All right, shout out to Soul. Thank you for the $10. It's 2040 and President Kyle passes away because he drank too much for Loco. Corin, you go from vice president to president. What 3 policies would you try to implement?
Definitely some high-speed trains. That would be one I would try
that's
and
what's
do.
up. Okay, I'll fuck with that.
What else?
Minimum wage? Increase minimum wage, you think?
Yeah, sure. Minimum wage. And then, like, healthcare. Like, get some free healthcare in that bitch. I would try and push for.
I'd vote for that. I'd vote for that shit.
And then, what's a good last one? I don't know. Free tickets to Disneyland. That shit is way too expensive.
It is so expensive now.
Or Disney World. The Florida shit.
Somebody was telling me that now it costs less to go to the Disney in Japan than it does to go to one in Orlando.
Like you can buy tickets to. I don't know. A lot of those things, they do that with Knicks tickets because, like, going to a Knicks game at Madison Square Garden is apparently, like, super expensive. So, like, they do all these things now where it's like you could fly to Toronto and get, a 2-night stay at a hotel plus 4 tickets to the game, and it'd still be cheaper than, like, going to a game at Madison Square Garden. So, like, I can't believe, like, I saw that one of, like, flying to, what was it, Japan, and, like, going to that Disney World or whatever. I find that hard to believe.
I kind of believe it. I think it's real.
It is.
I think it's real.
Like, we're going to Disney in February.
Are you really? Oh my God. In Orlando?
Gary, my mom bought the tickets, and it was like,
you better thank him, bro. That's
I know. And they bought like a jumper pass, so it must have been even more money. Like, and then but then you buy those, and then on top of that, you get people that buy like the fast passes for that shit. So like, Jed went to they opened up like the Super Mario World or something like that at Universal or Disney, one of those shits, and he was like, we had to leave early because every line we waited on was like 2 hours long. So it's like you're going to these places and you can't even get on a fucking ride.
That's the thing, right? That's the thing. And that's the other thing that I was told is like, you have no idea how long these lines are. It's like ungodly how long the lines are. You know what I'm saying?
And so yeah, with kids that you typically don't have the patience to wait. So like some shit's going to boil over at some point where you're either getting fed up with your kids or you got to leave or like you're spending money on food and like it's hot usually. So it's just like, it's all a mess. Like you can never enjoy yourself when you go to these places. So yeah, free Disney World for everybody. If I'm president.
It's not like when we were kids where like it was a relatively normal experience to go to Disney World, you know? Like it wasn't crazy expensive. You know what I'm saying? It's not like that anymore.
And at Universal, like nobody's ever seen E.T. No one's seen Jaws. No one knows what King Kong is. Like kids are going there like, what's Back to the Future? Like I never saw that shit, you know?
And I fuck with Universal too, but that's true. Like the kids don't give a fuck, you know?
I don't give a fuck because they don't know any of those shits. You know? Nobody knows Jaws.
Pentaxenstein, thanks for the $20. Kyle, brother, Trump's pert nipple fetish. I'm going to have nightmares for a month. Merry Christmas to you and yours. I hear you, man, and I'm in the same boat. Corin, I don't know if you saw I talked about this, but there's allegedly Trump has a fetish for pert nipples.
What's pert nipples?
Pert is like sort of like perky, like like that sort of thing, like sort of.
Did that come out
perky.
in like the Epstein files or something?
Yes, and so
really?
He likes to flick them and suck on them until they like chafe, and this poor girl had like chafed nipples after being with Trump.
That's so weird.
I know, bro. I know, bro.
Gosh.
I know.
Like, that's so weird.
Awesomely curious. Thanks for the $10. Hi, KNC. Pivoted to national policy. Got 1,200 plus pages. Trying to teach out to leftist policy orgs, but crickets. Or trying to reach out to leftist policy orgs. Any tips? The Dems don't have a clue. We can't return to fascism once orange shit is out. I don't know. I mean, that's a good question. I don't really have any ins anymore at these places. You know, like, I mean, back in the day, I was part of Justice Democrats, but now
Can't you like look up the address for a lot of like people's like political offices or campaign offices?
You know, that's actually that's not a bad point. You might be able to look. It might be publicly available information to see where whatever Progressive Congressional Campaign Committee is, to see where Justice Democrats are located, and you might be able to mail them the thing that you made. So, I mean, it might be, I don't know, it might be a little rough to just send them 1,200 pages off the jump. Like, they might not react kindly to that. But, like, you know, you could write a letter that says, here's a detailed policy analysis. Or even just, I don't know, try to get a foot in the door and maybe get a job there or something. It sounds like you're the type of person they would want because you're really on top of this stuff. But, yeah, that's a good idea. Try to get an address to one of the places, which I'm sure is publicly available information, and try to send them the stuff that you did, you know?
Facts. Yeah, people do that with sports all the time. Like, they'll get the address of an old baseball player or something and send them as like rookie card. And a lot of the times they'll like sign it and send it back to them or something like that. So yeah, you could probably look up where a lot of these lefties like live or whatever.
John Brown, thanks for the $5. The Erica Kirk thing is so strange. And what was with that tent? Like, it comes off like they are celebrating his death. She gives off the weirdest vibes. Yeah, Corin, I don't know if you saw this, but at the TPUSA thing, they put up a tent, the same like sort of tent that he got shot in. Oh. And they had people go and take pictures in that shit.
It's no, like, I didn't see that, but it doesn't surprise me.
That's so insane. Like, that is just straight up grifting off of Charlie's murder. It's so crazy.
Yeah. I'm surprised they haven't like opened up the spot at Utah State for like people to go and take pictures and stuff like that. That is weird.
So weird. Cheyenne, thank you for the $10. Hey, Kyle, check out the new Washington Post reporting on the detailed operations and planning for the U.S.-Israel strikes. U.S.-Israeli officials confirmed diplomacy and Trump-Bibi rift were a ruse since day one. Exactly. I called that shit too. I called it. It's the same because they did the same under Biden. Like, oh, they're really mad at each other. Biden's going to cut off Bibi at any moment. And he just fucking didn't. And it was the same thing under Trump where they pretended like, oh, they're really fighting. And then boom, they attacked Iran. So shout out to you for that. We appreciate it. I'll definitely take a look at that. Diego, thanks for the $5. Dave Smith now says that he knew Trump's second term would be a disaster despite deriding him in 24 and early 25. Zero accountability. I mean, look, that's what's going to happen, right? As like the ship is sinking, you're going to have a MAGA civil war, but you're also going to have the people, the rats are going to flee the ship, and like they're going to hop off and then pretend like, who, me? I was never even in favor of him. I don't even know what you're talking about. And that's where he is, you know. Boofin, thanks for the $10. What's up, Kyle? I'm a New Row native, and it was Dipeering?
Yeah, I don't know.
It was something hearing you talk about our local. True. Yeah. The local Lord and Taylor. Did you know it closed? Anyway, love the content from you both. Happy holidays. So, Boofin, I believe the Lord and Taylor I worked in.
You worked at Lord and Taylor?
Yeah, for seasonal shit. Like,
yeah, I do remember that. Yeah.
So, but
that was the one in Eastchester, right?
The one I worked at was in Eastchester. So, my question for you, Boofin, is: are you talking about the one in Eastchester, or was there a different one in New Rochelle that I didn't know? Like, Corin, do you know of a...
No, he's probably talking about the one in Eastchester, because I think that one did close because it was like started to get like abandoned. Like, it's across the street from the there's a Trader Joe's over there. Yeah, that one been closed.
Has it really?
Yeah, it's sad. Like,
wow,
it's
man,
like,
that's so crazy.
Big ass building now. I don't know if anything replaced it, but like I remember a time where I went in there when it was like popping. But yeah, I think it closed down.
Wow, my mind is blown right now because I remember when I worked there, it was busy. Again, I worked during the Christmas season and it was busy, bro. Like I was folding shit and checking people out.
Were you in a department or they just like put you around wherever?
they put me in like with the button down shirt, the ties and
Okay.
shit, and I would like fold them and I would cash people out and stuff.
Yeah.
And so I remember doing that, but yeah, it was busy when I used to be there. I'm curious, I'm curious if there is anything there now, because if that's just empty, I feel like that region they won't leave anything empty in that area. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they would leave anything empty that big. You know?
It was such a massive store, like to like fill with what? What you can't fill
No,
that shit with a Starbucks or some shit,
no, you
like
gotta. You could. I mean, you could break it up into multiple stores, or
yeah,
you can
that too.
do like you got to have like a Macy's go in there or some shit, you know, or one of the other big box retailers, a Target or some shit like that, you know.
Yeah, I could see a Target going in there. That's actually a good call. Or the Halloween outlet store.
That shit is seasonal as a motherfucker. That one, unfortunately, you know. But
Oh,
anyway, yeah, that shout out to you, Boofin. We appreciate you,
yeah.
man. Yeah, I haven't even thought about that spot in a minute.
Yeah. There was
Let
like a
next,
Gap right next door to it. You remember the Gap
yeah,
was
there
like
was
on the
a.
corner?
Wasn't there also was it a Barnes and Noble, or was it like there was a
Barnes
bookstore
and Noble,
there?
yeah, it was a
Yeah,
little
yeah,
further
yeah.
down.
A little
Yep.
further down. Yeah. But like, I want to next time I'm in the area. I think I want to go and check that out. I want to see what it looks like over there
Yeah.
now. I wonder
Yep.
how different it is from when we were there.
Mhm.
Diego, thanks for the $5. What does it say about Israeli society that opinion polls say that if an election were held today, Netanyahu or someone more right wing would win? Terrifying, absolutely terrifying. I don't even know how to wrap my mind around that, if I'm being honest with you. So absolutely terrifying.
Thanks,
Um,
Diego.
classy. I'm not even gonna try. Hornate. We're gonna go with Hornate. Thank you for the $10. Is open or closeted neo-Nazism better for national discourse given the rate of liberal radicalization open Nazism causes? That's an interesting point. Man, that is an interesting point. I never thought about that before. So what he's saying is, if you have these Nazis out in the open, there appears to be a huge backlash effect where everybody goes way left because they're like, fuck these guys. I hate these guys. I'm the opposite of whatever they are. So I guess by that logic, there's an argument for like, yeah, have the 4% of people goose stepping all over the place and zig heiling all over the place. And then like 65% of people go, fuck you. Fuck you. We're going to destroy you. So maybe there's an argument for that. Maybe I'm a little old fashioned though, but I don't know. I feel like the end goal is always to force them back into the fucking closet where they belong. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's almost like people wearing the MAGA hat. It's like, oh, now I know who the assholes are. But then, I'd almost prefer seeing and knowing who they are than like them hiding that shit and being like closeted racist or, like an asshole.
But then,
And
like,
talking
so
shit behind the scenes.
if they're in the closet, though, right? I feel like over time, it becomes they're no longer in the closet. They just aren't really there anymore, or they're there in much fewer numbers. Like, if they can't outwardly show that they're that, then they can't build more people to join that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like, there's also that perspective, too, of like back in the day, like, I don't know, when we were younger, yes, of course, there were some like Nazi skinheads or whatever. They'd be in these little weird groups in the Midwest or some shit. But like, that was it. There was no infiltrating mainstream society in any way, shape, or form. Now you have fucking Nick Fuentes, you have the Groypers, you have like, have like,
on corners.
Yeah, and Republican congressmen like just saying Nazi-like things. And it's like, no. So I would prefer they shut the fuck up and get back in the fucking closet and make it so that the next generation doesn't even know that's an option. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like, I guess I've talked myself into we need to force them back in the closet and make it sort of go away that way. But your point is taken, though, that there is an argument for the opposite perspective of, like, if you believe it, wear it on your sleeve and, like, let us all see that and react accordingly. Because the reaction always will be horror. Because even people who are racist don't like to think of themselves as racist. And that's the thing about Nazis is they're like, yes, we hate all Jews and we hate black people and we hate minorities. It's like, even racist people look at that and they go, bro, have some class. Like, hate them in silent. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how some racist people think. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, yeah. But anyway, that was a great question.
Yeah.
I'm going to take a piss real quick. You can, I guess you can in part handle this one, but I'll be back. My bad, y'all.
I don't know. I feel like Kyle would say he's for, prostitution or sex work. Like, let people get money how they want, as long as it's safe. I don't know. That's a tough one for me to answer. I'm curious Kyle's thoughts on it. Thanks for leaving me on that one. Office of the President of Earth. But I don't know. Fellatio cafes would be interesting. That I don't think that would be okay. Strip clubs are fine because there's security and it's like policed properly, where if anything gets out of line, they'll shut that shit down. And you know, you go to Amsterdam or something like that, all that stuff is legal. So who knows? I don't know, but I do know the energy drink is wearing off a little bit, so we'll run through them pretty quickly when Kyle gets back. Let's see, how much do we have left? A good amount. Shout out to everybody who threw in a super chat. I appreciate it. Some of them are in there for me, so thanks. That was like 30 more, 40 more. What else is new? Let's go to the live chat. Let's see where we're at. Legalize it. Okay. Is a special. Yeah. Drugs, gambling, and other vices legalize. Yeah, exactly. Legalize it and then regulate it. It's probably fine. Let me see if I can find where that question was at.
My bad. I'm back.
Yeah.
I'm back.
I got to find where that question was.
Middlehead Matt, like with drugs, gambling, and other vices, legalize and regulate. Yes.
Yeah, that was for the
for legalized prostitution shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I think I agree. I agree with that as a general rule. I guess what I would say is I would regulate certain things more aggressively than other things, but yeah, as a general rule, legalize, tax, and regulate. I agree. What the fuck? Where's my drink, bro? What'd I do? Where'd I put my drink? I'm tripping. All right, where was I? Rest in peace to Lamar Wilson. He was a gaming tech YouTuber who apparently took his own life. Oh shit, that's terrible. He was always so happy, and I was heartbroken to hear he died. Also, rest in peace to the creator of Call of Duty who died today. I did see that. I didn't hear this Lamar Wilson guy, but that sounds genuinely depressing.
You know who I saw died by suicide today was one of the a survivor from the Parkland shooting or something like that. Did you see that? That was sad.
Who
I don't know. He's like some kid who survived the Parkland shooting that took his life. But
I gotta look that up because my boy, who's running for Congress, Parkland school shooting survivor Donovan Mateer, dead at 26 by suicide. That's heartbreaking. Because Cameron Kasky's running for Congress. He was a Parkland survivor, and we just had him on Crystal Kyle and Friends. Yeah. So
Parkland was the Florida one, right?
Parkland was the Florida one, yeah. And so I don't know. I mean, I'm curious if Cameron knows this guy. You know,
I'm sure. I mean, I feel like they've probably all banded together over some shit. You know?
Yeah, totally.
We'll see.
Totally. Justin Music, thanks for the $10. Kyle, I'm curious, will high likelihood of both Newsom and Harris running for president, do they run the risk of splitting the moderate vote, perhaps even making way for a progressive? Thank you. Yes, so that they do run that risk, but they're also clever. And so I think when push comes to shove, and it's clear that one is going to win and one's not, they will make a deal and one will drop out and endorse the other one. So like, we can't rely on the establishment being like idiots. We should plan accordingly for them to put their best foot forward, because that's what's going to happen. Is they could both run. One's going to obviously win. The other one will drop out and endorse in exchange for Secretary of State or whatever the fuck. And so, like, we got to be prepared for that, because we weren't when it happened to Bernie. You know what I'm saying? Connor Lanker, thanks for the $20. That's very kind of you. If you interview Jesse Ventura again, would you ask him what he thinks about Alex Jones? They used to be friends back in the day, but Alex going far right and Jesse being anti-Trump, I wonder if they're still friendly. It's a great question. I mean, I would just venture a guess. No. I don't think they're friendly anymore. Jesse is he's a very convincing guy, and he's a very black and white guy. And so, like, I don't think he'd put up with Alex Jones bullshit once he started with whatever. I don't know if he buys into the Sandy Hook conspiracy. He's like, oh, that's I think was a bridge too far for Jesse, most likely. So,
but he probably knew he was like that when they were friends, no?
Yeah, but it was back when Jesse Ventura believes in conspiracy theories, but he's more of like a 9/11 was an inside job type guy and other conspiracy theories. But he's not. He's anti-Republican. He always has been anti-Republican, and Alex Jones has always been anti-Democrat primarily. You know what I'm saying? So like, they might agree on conspiracies, but like, there's a core disagreement there that I don't think they could really overcome, you know?
Yeah.
Krantz Official, thanks for the $5. I produced the song Beta Boys featuring Kyle, preview on my channel. Corin's emails have full version, DNB remix, and strategy to help sent loads of emails.
To me? Okay, sorry. I'll check it if Molly sends it to me. But also, I don't like clicking on links, man. I don't know. I can't trust clicking on some shit, and then it's just some virus ass shit. I don't think I have virus protection on my computer.
Is it a YouTube link? If it's a YouTube link, it should be.
Yeah, if it's a YouTube link, I'll check it. But that's dope.
Evening Shifts, thanks for the $10. 2029, after realizing he's inherited a deeply compromised FBI, President Corin reassigns Kyle from press duties to clean up the agency. Kyle can deputize 5 podcasters to help him. Who does he pick? Deputize 5 podcasters to help me clean up the FBI? Jesus Christ. I mean, Crystal, Ryan
Hassan?
Grimm, Pisco, Hassan. Crystal, Ryan Grimm, Pisco, Hassan. And David Dole. Well, David Dole's Canadian, so Mike Figueredo. There you go.
There's your list.
Soul, thank you for the $10. You guys mentioned you would be glad to attend a cook-off between an old Mexican grandma versus an old Italian grandma in an old episode. I would attend as well. My 2 favorite cuisines. Yeah, shout out to all the old Mexican grandmas and old Italian grandmas out there still, killing it in the kitchen.
That would actually make like a good cooking show or some shit. Like, get some old ass Mexican lady with some recipes that are crazy. Get an old ass grandma that makes some like gravy with like meatballs. Like, screw getting young like chefs on all these cooking shows. Why don't they have some old ass grandma show?
Facts.
And if they do, like, then that's my bad. But I don't think they do. Everybody should be an old ass grandma show.
Everybody will watch that shit because we all relate to that. The grandma with the dope ass recipes,
or just like a recipe, like a age old recipe show. I had a dad I was just talking to who was like, yeah, my dad passed away, and he used to make this soup shit. And like, he used to just put everything in there. He was like, but he's passed away. And I was like, he never wrote down the recipe once. He was like, no.
Damn, bro.
So they don't know that shit.
That's so wild.
So like, yeah, get all your recipes from your old ass grandparents now, because once they pass away, that shit is a
gone. Golden Child, thanks for the $5. Corin, what are your favorite saunas and cold plunges anywhere? Have either of you been to Chicago, Sweat Lodge, King Spa, or Spa World in Virginia? No, I'm not the sauna guy or the plunge guy. There was a brief period where I did dry heat saunas, but that only lasted like 2 months or so. Corin's really the sauna guy.
Yeah, I use the sauna at Lifetime Fitness, and that's they have the dry one, but then they also have the steam room, which I like too, which is just like the hot steam shit, which I feel like opens up my pores really well. But I use an infrared sauna at my house. It was like $300 on Amazon.
That's what I used, yeah, infrared.
But they stopped selling the one that I had for a while, but they just started selling it again. You don't need to use water. Some of them you have to pour water in each time for that shit to like start working. The one I have just plugs in. You hit a little switch, it turns red in the whole shit, and the sides of it get super hot. Gets to like 140 degrees. I'll sit in there for like a half an hour and just sweat it all out. And then actually Lifetime, the one that I go to, just put a cold plunge in. I just went in it today. And I stood in there for like 2 minutes, but that shit is cold, man. Like, I don't know if you've ever done a cold plunge, but that shit is cold.
So I was going to say, you got to be careful because I saw there was a kid who died because he went right from a sauna to a cold plunge. And
so that's what I was saying to Molly. I didn't think it was that bad of a thing to go from like the drastic differences.
It is, yeah.
It is, yeah. I thought like people go from the hot straight into the cold type of shit, but I think I went in from the hot tub to the cold, and it wasn't terrible, but going from the cold back into the hot was like having pins and needles like pinched into your body. It was bad.
No, yeah, you can't do that. You got to pick one or the other. You got to do them separate times. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, a kid died doing that, and I remember looking at that going, holy shit, that's terrible. That's so terrible that happened.
Yeah. But I haven't been to any of these places.
Send me a picture of your infrared sauna because I'm curious what it looks like.
Yeah, I'll send you a picture. But it's dope. I swear by it. Molly swears by it, and every morning we're in that bitch.
That's awesome. George Weir, thanks for the $10. I wish motherfuckers would try to subpoena the French government for all the Jean-Luc Brunel files / court documents. I don't know if that's how that works, but what do you think it'd reveal? Trump ties, Intel ties, etc. Yeah, all the above, bro. All the above. Jean-Luc Brunel, notorious Fredophile with Epstein, running a teenage modeling agency, long track record, all sorts of stuff. Definitely.
Wasn't there like a Prince too? Like Prince Andrew or some shit was involved with that
He
shit?
was involved too. This guy, John Casablancas, was involved too. He was another
Weird.
notorious Fredophile. Yeah, there's
Oh,
dirt on all these guys, bro. All of them.
super weird.
Also, the president, thanks again for the $5. What do you think of Macron or Starmer or Modi? Not really a fan of any of them. Of them, Macron is the least bad, followed by Starmer, then Modi. But yeah, not really a big fan of any of them. Lizzie Bennett, shout out to you. Thanks for the $5. Last weekend was a great weekend. Both Logan Paul and Andrew Tate got their asses handed to them. Also, Chappelle's the GOAT. F. Bill Maher. Yeah, Chappelle,
Jake
he
Paul.
lost me. He lost me with his anti-trans stuff when he started doing that. You know what I'm saying?
Chappelle, really? Yeah. He kind of crazy.
But yeah, he did. That was a funny joke about Bill Maher, I will admit. And I didn't watch.
Chappelle had a joke on Bill Maher.
I think he released a new special. I think it's from a new special he just released.
Yeah.
I didn't watch it yet, but I plan on watching it. But yeah, he had a joke about Bill Maher. It was about how like everybody's mad at me because I went to get paid from Saudi Arabia. Everybody's mad because Saudi Arabia killed one journalist. He said Israel's killed 240 and you guys didn't care. So it was easy to like sort of hit Bill Maher back on that. But like, don't defend the Saudi Arabia shit though. Like that's like I'm still like I don't know. I'm like all the comedy world except a handful pissed me off now. You know.
Yeah, he also like went in on Charlie Kirk and people comparing him to like Martin Luther King.
I saw that joke. That one was fucking hilarious. It was good.
He was like and subscribe or
hit the like and subscribe. QC man, thanks for the $5. Least favorite state either of you have visited. Well, I would say Delaware is a fake state. It doesn't really exist. So Delaware.
Yeah, I think I've been to Delaware and it wasn't. I actually been in Alabama too, and it wasn't all that just to be anything.
By the way, I say that, but like we vacation in Delaware almost every year. We go to that Rehoboth Beach in Delaware. So like I'm being a little hard on Delaware, but there's other states that like they don't really exist. Like that shit barely exists. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Like I'm blanking on them now. Like, does Nebraska even exist? Probably not.
Like, Idaho?
Yeah, Idaho isn't even real. Like what? It's just there's a couple potatoes come out of there, and that's it. There's like 7 white supremacists and a bunch of potatoes, and that's it. You know. If
anybody lives in Idaho, throw a chat in there because I'd be curious to see because I don't think real people live in Idaho.
No, they don't. Shit, now you again. Thanks for the $5. Recommendations. It'll be cool to have Jessica Burbank, Monty Mater, and Leah Miller on KKF. Happy holidays, everyone. Hashtag left is best. Hashtag fuck 2025. Hashtag hail Santa. Well, shout out to you. Shit, not again. Appreciate you. Sweet Jade, thanks for the $10. Coming here keeps me sane in an insane world. Well, thank you very much, Jade. We appreciate that. And that's quite a vote of confidence to say we keep you sane.
It is an insane world. We were just talking yesterday how like Trump literally like framed and put up like his tweets in the White House and shit like that.
Yeah, and he put like some crazy ass shit underneath like Obama's and fucking Biden's thing, like the auto pen he put up for Biden. Like it's just so childish, you know? It's not cute anymore. It's just gross.
Yeah, and like even just like the tweet on Rob Reiner and shit like that. It's like God. It's just like what an insane world is perfectly put.
Bro, he fucked up because everybody likes Rob Reiner. That's what he didn't realize is that Rob Reiner was really nice in real life, even to conservatives. And so a bunch of conservatives were like, man, I like that guy. Don't say that. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
T-Lane, thanks again for the $10. After watching Jake Paul get his jaw broken, then watching Andrew Tate get knocked out by a reality TV star who twerks in the ring, can society stop pretending that the manosphere and MAGA can fight? Yeah, and let's also stop pretending like the red pill stuff and the manosphere stuff. Like, that's not how actual men act in the world. Like, that super performative fake macho guy stuff is not how real men act. It's like when, you know, like, and Rogan is guilty of this too, like, dressing in all camo, smoking cigars, pretending to be like super manly. It's like, that's not how real men are, bro. Real men are on some normal ass shit. They're not like hype overperforming masculinity. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I've said this a million times for like my show. Every time I do my show, I have a fucking face full of foundation cover up so that I'm not shiny like a motherfucker under the lights. I'm wearing makeup every day I do my show, and I'm still way more masculine than all these fucking idiot right wingers who hyper perform masculinity. Okay, like spare me with your since I fucking wear camo and smoke cigars and do steroids and fucking fight like I'm a manly man. Like, no, you're not. If anything, it's insecurity. In the same way that like the people who scream about being anti-gay end up being gay. Yeah. It's the same thing where it's like, you're acting really macho. It's because deep down, you want to be fucking dominated, right? Like you want to be a beta. So that's why you're hyper performing the alpha stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like a real alpha doesn't have to try to flex their alphaness. They're just alpha. You know what I'm saying?
And then like it looks strange too when you see somebody out and about like wearing like all that camo shit, the camo hat, camo jacket, like some like hunting boots. It's like that's too much. But I
Right.
went to like an
Yep.
agricultural school and there were people that like genuinely wore some John Deere shit. I'd be like, all right, maybe he actually is a hunter and like look genuine wearing it. But then you can just smell through the people who just wear that shit and are fake. Did you see the video of one of it might have been that kid that everyone always comments for who's the right wing guy on YouTube? Fuentes?
Fuentes is like the Nazi guy. He's
Okay,
not on
yeah.
YouTube though. There's Steven Crowder.
Oh, okay. I don't know. There was like a kid at the Jake Paul fight, like walking in the concourse, and he like bumped into like a former UFC champion, and then the guy just started beating the shit out of like him and all his friends. It was like
Damn.
some I think it was like a YouTube kid, but it
Oh,
just like
I think I know who you're talking about. He's not political, that guy. He's like a prankster type guy.
oh,
I think.
okay.
Yeah.
But like it was just like the wrong guy to like pick your fight with, man.
Totally. Yeah, totally.
So it just goes to show that like he probably was MAGA, but he can't fight, and he's picking on some like fucking UFC fighter.
Facts. Samson, thanks for the $10. Can you think Chris Brown is cool? Can you think Chris Brown is cool and not be an abuser? Can you think Kobe is cool and not be a rapist? Nick has condemned the evil H has done Hitler, yet you still call him a Nazi. It's a lazy bad faith smear. It's not a bad faith smear when he says Hitler's really fucking cool. And then he doubles down on it, triples down on it, quadruples down on it. Like, see, here's the thing about him, and Piers Morgan nailed him on this. He was like, you say like the edgy thing that you actually believe when you're comfortable on your own show. Then when you're on a different show and you're in front of a different audience, you clean it up and you act like, oh, we were just memeing, we were just trolling. I don't really believe that, right? But you do actually believe that. And so actually, I would have more respect for him if he did fucking admit across the board, like, yeah. So in that interview with Piers Morgan, he said, I am racist. I believe he said, I am a misogynist, but he says, but I'm not an anti-Semite. And it's like he plays this game where like half the time he'll be brutally honest and tell you what he actually thinks, and the other half the time he plays hide the ball. Like he was doing that with he did Holocaust denial and like it was arguing over the numbers on his show, and Piers played that for him and got him to react, and then he goes like, oh no, I actually think the number of dead Jews is 6 million. Maybe it's more. Maybe it's 6, 7, something like that. So he literally was playing into the kid like 6, 7 meme, joking about it. He knows he doesn't buy that, but he's saying to Piers, and Piers autistically was like, oh, so now you believe it. Well, I think your audience would like to hear that you actually believe the numbers now. And so like, you see what I'm saying? Like half the time he'll be honest. The other half the time, yeah, he's playing a game. That's exactly right. That's the best way to put it. So like, I'm not falling for it. I know who he is. I know he's an actual Nazi. I know he's a white supremacist. And like, bro, at the very least, just fucking own that shit and rep that shit and don't play the fucking game anymore. But you know that if you do that, everybody would react like me and say, I got no time for you. So like, that's why you play the game that you play. And so anyway, that's why I say that. Don't act like it's a smear. Acknowledge that I'm telling the truth because you know I'm telling the truth, right?
Facts.
Now, in terms of me, what I now think it's can you think Chris Brown is cool and not be an abuser? So wait, if you're friends with somebody or you happen to like the music of somebody who did abuse, how does that make me an abuser? That logic doesn't connect at all. You know what I'm saying? Like you could have asshole friends or listen to people who are assholes who make good music or watch movies of, a guy who happened to be an abuser or some shit. Sean Connery was an abuser, but I still watched movies with Sean Connery in it, right? Does that mean I'm pro-abuse? That makes absolutely no sense. There's no logical connection there. And Kobe Bryant was acquitted of the charges that he was accused of. So he's not even a rapist. So that also falls apart too. So anyway, you're reaching a little too hard. Get Nick's nuts out of your mouth. But thank you for the $10. We truly appreciate it.
Appreciate it, Samson.
Jerry Mendez, thanks for the $5. Kyle, I just got a new job. I forgive Trump. The economy's booming again. Shout out to you, Jerry. Happy you got a new job, man.
Yeah, man.
Enjoy and hold on to it for dear life because it's rough out there. Yeah. Handle, thanks for the $5. Happy holidays. The end is nigh for the fascist right. The girls are fighting. They keep on slipping and spilling, and the manosphere getting pounded. That's exactly right. And it feels like it. Like the vibes feel right. It feels like they're falling apart because they are. The whole TPUSA event was just right-wingers yelling at each other. It was glorious. Snaggle Cratch the Incredible. Thanks for the $10. Per Spotify Wrapped, I streamed 11 hours in 2025, and I am top 2% secular talk fan. Suck it, plebs of the 98%. Kyle, Corin, what's the last book you read? Did you enjoy it? What's the last book I read? It's been a long time, bro.
I haven't read a book in a while.
Well, I guess do audiobooks count? Do
Yeah,
audiobooks
yeah,
count? I
definitely.
guess if audiobooks count, I don't know. Me and Crystal listened. Last time we went on a trip, we listened to some book. We listened to The Devil's Chessboard, which is like a, sort of a conspiracy type book. We listened to, I love all of Tom Hartman's books. So I think we listened to those when we were on a trip. It's like the hidden history of, and then fill in the blank. There's a whole bunch of stuff. The hidden history of capitalism, the hidden history of whatever. Like he's got a whole series of the hidden history, and it's a lot of it's economic focused and policy focused. So those would be my answer. But it's been a long time since I've actually read a book because I do too much reading for my show as it is that I don't read in my downtime. I read a lot of like news articles. But yeah, there you have it.
There's one. There's this guy Oz Perlman, who's a mentalist, and he just wrote a book, Read Your Mind, that I'm intrigued to kind of read. He's fascinating. You follow him on social media. He like does all this crazy shit. He goes on like MSNBC and Fox News, and he goes to a lot of sport teams and does these crazy like magic shit. It's like, I mean, he says it's not magic, but he does this stuff where he can predict what you're going to say, and he has football players throwing the football to 3 different guys, and then he'll write down and have it pre-written down of who they threw it to. It's incredible the way he does shit. And I had a guy, I'm blanking on his name, but he was on Corin's World that we did a chat a while back, and he got me to say some like place I wanted to travel to by like doing some crazy shit. So like that mentalism stuff is super real.
That's crazy. That's crazy. So I just want to give a better answer here. I pulled up the series. So Tom Hartman has the Hidden History series. It's 9 books, and it's The Hidden History of American Democracy, The Hidden History of Monopolies, The Hidden History of Guns and the Second Amendment, The Hidden History of Big Brother in America, The Hidden History of Neoliberalism, The Hidden History of American Oligarchy, The Hidden History of the Supreme Court and the Betrayal of America, The Hidden History of the War on Voting, and The Hidden History of American Healthcare. The ones I read, I definitely read the Monopolies ones, the Guns one, the Neoliberalism one, the American Oligarchy one, the Supreme Court one, and the Healthcare one. Could not recommend those more. So I've read, I think, 6 of the 9. Tom Hartman is the GOAT, plain and simple. So definitely check out those books if you haven't yet. They will blow your mind. They're phenomenally well researched. He's the man. Like I said, me and Crystal joke that he's my real dad. Definitely check those books out. QC man, thanks for the $5. You'd box bench Pure for 90 million, Kyle. What about 63-year-old Evander Holyfield? Ha! That guy would fuck me up, bro. That guy would fuck me up.
And Evander Holyfield is like still in phenomenal shape. I think like I've seen him, and he's still jacked, still like with it,
Yeah, Evander Holyfield would fuck me up. If he's 2 days from death, he'd fuck me up,
Did you say you'd box Ben Shapiro for $90 million?
I didn't say that. I don't know where they're getting that from, but if they're asking me would I box him for 90 million, yeah, for sure. 90 million is a ridiculous amount of money.
OD.
I would train for like a year, and yeah, then I'd try it. Ryan Chan, thanks for the $5. AI videos are a nightmare to the pastry/baking YouTube community. Original content makers accused of using AI while AI videos steal their thunder. That is so depressing. Like, this is what I'm saying. It's stuff like this. You don't hear about it, you think about it, but it's like ruining shit. Straight up ruining shit,
Yeah. I watched this one baking guy. He makes all shit out of chocolate. He has like this very creepy smile, but he's always like pouring chocolate in this big shit, and it's like puts it together. He's fucking fascinating.
Megan McQueen, thanks for the $5. Hey guys, you probably already know this, but in case you don't, the 60 Minutes interview leaked. They forgot to cancel it from airing in Canada. That's exactly right. Crystal actually played it for me right before we came on here for Kyle and Corin, and yeah, it's a good, solid piece of journalism, and I can see why Barry did the regime's bidding and destroyed it and cut it off.
Yeah, they're going right wing.
PDX Pleb, thanks for the $10. Hey Kyle and Corin, hopefully we know more about it since the last stream. Paris Hilton talked about her experience in 2021. TYT didn't cover the story, even though they have covered other stories on her.
What happened with Paris Hilton in 2021?
I don't know.
I know she had that popular ass show with Nicole Richie back in '88. Remember that?
I do, yeah, of course. Paris Hilton 2021. I heard that she got some good fragrances too, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she even has men's fragrances that are supposed to be good. All right, let's see. Paris Hilton 2021. What was Paris Hilton diagnosed with? ADHD. Okay. What was Paris Hilton convicted of? Drug possession and obstructing an officer.
And there's a rap sheet from 2021.
Yeah, I don't see the thing you're referring to, though. Like, there's some big story that I'm missing. All about Paris Hilton's 20-carat engagement ring. Delusional Paris Hilton roasted by fans for claiming she's self-made. Paris Hilton hails best friend Carter. Okay, yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, bro, but appreciate you anyway.
She's doing all right, Paris Hilton.
Speaking of AI, shout out to the Columbia Rican. Speaking of AI, the tech YouTube channel Gamer Nexus did a deep dive in regards of how cooked they are with AI, not only for gamers but for everyone. Yeah, so I should check that out. Gamer Nexus. Okay, I'll try to remember that. Gamer Nexus.
Yeah, even for gaming, like you're probably, I mean, you used to game against the computer anyway when you didn't have anybody to play against, but now you could think you're playing against someone and it could just be a fucking bot.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I mean, the problem is when you do stuff like for profit when you're playing against bots too, right?
Yeah.
Like when those poker sites were rigged. Like, yeah, that's, I don't know. AI is just going to fuck us all for sure. Slop Apocalypse, I like that name. Thanks for the $5. Erica Kirk is the happiest widow I ever met. Makes me wonder if things were not happy, go lucky at the Kirk household. Well, that's what many people are speculating. That, JD Vance and Erica maybe had a little something going on, allegedly. And I guess we'll find out in due time,
Thanks, Slop.
G. Clarky21, thanks for the $5. Yo, guys, happy holidays. I always ask but fall asleep early. Any chance of getting Chris Kunzler on KKF someday? He is on the list, my friend. He's on the list. You've asked previously, and he's there. So
appreciate you, G. Clarky.
Great Deep Waves. Thanks for the $5. Heads up, just saw a post on Reddit about it. Apparently, you can uncover redacted Epstein text by copy pasting into a Word document. Yeah, there's also another thing that I know some journalists are working on that they may have pre-gotten Epstein documents that haven't leaked yet. Big deal. I know. Big deal. Isn't that crazy?
That'd be interesting.
Columbia Rican, thanks again for the $5. Also of AI, YouTube finally put back small channels that their AI system took down. Shout out to the progressive small channel Galactic News Network. Okay, shout out to Galactic. Is that supposed to be Galactic or is it Galactic?
Galactic,
okay,
maybe.
But anyway, I didn't know that the AI had purged a bunch of small channels. That's again problem with AI. There you go. They let AI delete channels, and you deleted a lot of real ones because AI doesn't know what the fuck it's doing. So there's that. It just makes shit up all the time, just so everybody knows. Handle, thanks again for the $10. Dems don't want to impeach Trump, but he's at his weakest ever. How can we pressure these fools to impeach for the countless crimes, acts of corruption? Will Epstein break the camel's back? I hope so. But I mean, it's good old-fashioned fighting. It's good old-fashioned work. It's good old-fashioned hitting the pavement, calling these people, fucking telling them you better fucking impeach them or we're going to kick you out of office. That's how you do it. It's just energy. You need like an energy wave to overtake the Democrats. Like that's the way to do it.
I don't think it's going to be the Epstein thing. I think he's just like indestructible.
I mean, he looks like he's going to literally die. So
yeah, that is going to be the demise.
John Brown, thanks for the $5. You hear about that woman who got fired for being racist against a customer has now made $100,000 in donations. Can we make shit like this? We can't make shit like this profitable. Yeah, well, that just shows how cooked we are. But specifically how cooked right-wingers are is that all you need to do is say the N-word on camera and right-wingers will just like throw you thousands of dollars. I mean, it's mental, like it shows how evil they are. And I mean that sincerely. Like these are evil people.
Yeah.
If that's what you're donating to, all these kids in the world that have cancer, all these people with problems and like, this is what you're donating to? A woman said the N-word, so you want to give her $100,000? Like, you're immoral at that point. You're just immoral. You're just a piece of shit,
It's sad. Yeah, I mean, it happens all the time. It happened with the Rittenhouse or whatever. Like, they'll bring you on stage at the TPUSA or, Republican National Convention if you do some crazy-ass shit on camera.
Faded Francis, thanks for the $5. Wanted to bring to your attention the crowded Democratic primary in Wisconsin. More importantly, Francesca Hong, a DSA candidate who recently polled as #1. Well, shout out to Francesca Hong, a DSA candidate at #1 is something I love to hear. And thank you, Faded Francis. Appreciate that.
Shout out to Wisconsin.
Zio, thanks for the $5. With Epstein as a news item, the term politics makes for strange bedfellows takes on a whole new meaning. Yes, I get what you're getting at there. That's very true.
Thanks, so.
Nathan, shout out to our boy Nathan. Thanks for the $10. 2026 prediction. Trump drops dead, maybe on his birthday. Kyle and Nick F debate. Kyle dominates. Corin hits 100,000 subscribers. Your favorite Australian Nathan guests on Kyle and Corin. Let's go. You bring your dad Jeff Ogilvy, and then we'll make that shit happen.
That is a good scenario of everything happening. Hopefully you're doing good in Australia and people are recovering well over there.
Yep. Thank you, bro. Sunai, thanks for the $10. Hey, Kyle, have you seen any of the Fuentes Richard Spencer clips on X? Was wondering about your perspective given the alt-right influenced Nick, and he is kind of the ideological successor to it. I actually watched that whole conversation. Yeah, I mean, I feel like Richard Spencer is smart. I feel like he's a smart guy. He was an alt-right guy. He was an asshole.
Is Richard Spencer the Virgin, like Atlantic guy, like the guy who started Virgin?
No, that's Richard Branson. That's Richard Branson. Okay. This guy was like the founder of the alt-right in many respects. And then he's also the guy though who he endorsed like Kamala and Biden, and he went from being like sort of like a racist white nationalist to being like, I don't know how I describe him, sort of like an elitist. He's sort of like a Richard Hanania type, like kind of elitist, views the right as like just a bunch of idiots now. And so sort of sides with the Democrats by default because he's seen what the Republicans are like up close. And he's just so grossed out by who they are that he's like, I don't want to be associated with these people in any way, shape, or form. And so it was interesting to see that person talk to Nick Fuentes, who's like, the leading white nationalist Nazi, who's like, on his upswing, right? Because Richard Spencer for a little while was that person on the right that was in the sun. And he blew it all when he said like, hail Trump. He said hail Trump like it was hail Hitler, and then everything fucking fell apart for him. And I believe, was he at January 6th? It was at Charlottesville, I think it was, with the Jews will not replace us thing. Yeah, and so like that all came crumbling down then too. I don't know if he was in legal trouble, but anyway, I don't know if I'd say he de-radicalized, but he's definitely changed since his peak. And to see him talk to Nick was interesting. And yeah, I don't know. It's I highly recommend people check that out if they haven't yet. It's I'm curious where he actually is at now though. I know where Nick is. I'm talking about Richard Spencer. Like, have you actually de-radicalized, or is it like now you just hide stuff a little better? Like, I don't know. I'm trying to like sort of gauge where he's at. But the thing about him that I could say for sure, and this is very rare that you hear me say this about somebody who's an ideological opponent of mine, but he's a smart guy. I think he's a smart guy. And so I feel like he should de-radicalize because he's too smart to be stuck in that stupid, like childish right-wing world. You know what I'm saying? Let's go with Fee-making 709. Femaking 709. Thanks for the $100. Stumbled across a YouTube short where Andrew Schultz found it really funny that the U.S. wants to take over Greenland, which is rich for a guy with the most German last name ever. As a Dane, I don't find it funny. Totally agree. That guy's so fucking annoying. It's such like... That's right. Look at me, I'm an edgy boy. Look at me, I'm laughing at the thing that's fucked up. And it's like, okay, we get it, but it's fucked up. Like, fucking chill. Enough already. Like, it's not funny anymore. People are actually getting hurt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Justin X. Frederick, thanks for the $5. For Kyle, have you or Crystal ever been offered to go on CNN Newsnight panel show? Would be cool to see y'all represent the populist left on it. We've never been offered. She's never been offered. I've never been offered. The only outlet that's ever invited me on was actually Fox News had invited me on back in the day a bunch of times. MSNBC never has, and CNN never has. So it is what it is. I would go on. I mean, would I? Yeah, I did. I crushed every time. Would I go on if I was invited? Yeah, sure. I'd go on. I'd do a segment. Nope. Yeah, I'd do that. But never did. So, Chase's Nightmares. Thanks for the $5. What is y'all favorite Christmas movie? Mine is Bad Santa. P.S. Wish y'all and everyone in the world peace and happiness for the holidays. Well, shout out to you. We appreciate you. Love the message of kindness and love. We could use that these days. And Bad Santa's a great one. Love Bad Santa. Elf, of course, is another classic. Love that too. But as I always say, with the kids now, the Santa Claus I love. The Home Alones are always great. And for me, the sleeper is Jingle All the Way. It didn't get good reviews, but I think those people were tripping. I think it's a great movie to watch with kids. With
Jingle
Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sinbad.
Yeah. That's a good one. Yep.
Columbia Rican, thanks again for the $5. Nerdy question here. This is for both Corin and Kyle. What Jedi powers would you wish you had? Deep down, I always wanted to ask this to you both. I never really thought about what Jedi powers I would like to have. You got any answer to that, Corin?
I like that movie where you can like hear people's thoughts. I think would be a gangster one because like
I don't know. I feel like that's too intrusive. It's like taking away people's right to privacy. You know what I'm saying?
That would be pretty. Yeah, I guess. Teleporting would be pretty gangster.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a Jedi power. Like I'm trying to think of the Jedi powers. I'd like to be a dope ass lightsaber fucking fighter and be able to beat anybody with that. You know what I'm saying? Well, how about the Force? Just use the Force, just to be able to like move shit. Without touching it. Like that's what I would want to do. Yeah. Like here, let me get my dinner to come to me without moving towards it. You know what I'm saying? Like do that.
Yeah.
The rightist leftist, thanks for the $10. Good day, boys. Your boy Nathan here on my other channel, Juicing Your Numbers, Corin. I cover Australian politics from a leftist perspective. Kyle and Corin, open invitation to come on the rightist leftist. Well, shout out to you, man, and brilliant strategy to get some free marketing here. So anybody who's watching the Kyle and Corin podcast, if you're interested in seeing Nathan's show, the rightist leftist is that's a good name too, by the way. I like that
shout
name.
out to you.
But shout out to you, bro. PDX Pleb, thanks for the $10. Also, Kyle, could I get your opinion on Governor Kotek's tenure? She vetoed state-backed research on sex work decriminalization and wants it to be privately done / funded. Seems politically avoidant to me. I don't know who the fuck you're talking about, Governor.
And if you don't, I don't know damn sure who the fuck.
Grants to expand Oregon's behavioral health beds. Yeah, this. So it's the governor of Oregon. Okay. So, I'd love to give you an answer, but I don't have an answer to that. You know who might have an answer to that? Vosh. But no, wait, he's Washington State, right? Yeah, he's Seattle, Washington, so he might not even know. But if there's any leftists out there who lives in Oregon, answer this question for them, because I have no idea. But vetoing state-backed research on sex work decriminalization. Yeah, no, I think I disagree with that. The thing you're telling me, I would have allowed that research to continue, but yeah, I can't speak to her record outside of that. V-Man, thanks for the $10. Hey, Kyle, just thought I'd let you know in Puerto Rico, where Trump is building up troops for the Venezuela regime change, pro-independence groups has written a letter demanding the Department of Defense withdrawal. Wow, how about that? That's good to know. That's good to know. But yeah, it's so crazy just watching this Venezuela thing happen and feeling like, how the fuck is this allowed? How can this just happen? The most immoral people calling the shots and like starting wars, and it's just so crazy to watch. It's like the Iraq War all over again, except somehow worse because they didn't even bother to really make a good argument for it,
V-Man got a couple.
V-Man, thanks again. They also want them to clean up from decades of military testing. Other groups like the DSA signed on to it. I also hear they may start a petition. Yeah, that should be bare minimum. Got to clean up if you cause a fucking mess, And
then last one.
V-Man, again, you and Crystal should talk to EUDPR President Alberto Medina on the military buildup in Puerto Rico for Venezuela regime change. I could look into that, but I got to tell you, I really think that they're gonna pull the trigger on it any day now.
On what?
So, regime change in Venezuela, so it'll feel quaint to talk to somebody who's against you're building it up in our state, we don't want that. It's like, we're going to be way past that. We're going to be talking about should try to get Maduro on KKF is what we should do.
So is the military taking over in Venezuela and just doing whatever they want?
Well, Trump is trying to overthrow Maduro. He's stealing all their oil tankers so that the economy collapses, and then they want to put in a puppet who's going to represent the U.S. and let the oil companies do whatever they want to do. That's the goal. And they have the psycho who they want to put in won a Nobel Peace Prize, but she's a total psycho, and she dedicated it to Trump and asked Netanyahu to overthrow Maduro. Yeah. Handle, thanks again for the $10. You can't abandon social issues, but you can emphasize how they are exploited to divide us all. The better things are, the more liberally social people are. Okay, I understand what you're saying, but it's phrased a little weird. You have to counter and parry the right. Yeah, you're generally right, but sometimes there needs to be a fight on a social issue. You know what I'm saying? It didn't poll well to fight for civil rights for black people in the 1960s. It didn't. In 1959, take a poll on what percentage of people, wanted to desegregate fully. It was very low, but you needed to fight in order to make it happen. So all I'm saying is don't do unilateral disarmament on social issues. Yeah, you can get a lot of people on your side with economics, but also you don't need to pussyfoot around them when it comes to social issues. Take a stand and argue for something, and you'd be surprised how many people are willing to at least accept that in order to get the good economic stuff.
And shout out to you. Counter and parry to the right is a fencing terminology.
There you go. There you go. Kalo Eureka, thanks again for the $5. I remember when I was a Knicks fan, that day ended when they lost the Eastern Championship against the Pacers. Reggie Miller hit 3 3-pointers in 12 seconds. Yeah, we all remember that. You don't need to tell us that. We all know that very well. We still. And now
Reggie Miller still commentates, Knicks Pacers series, and
I know
tries to be not unbiased. It's fuck out of here. You're Reggie Miller,
totally,
and you're calling a Pacers game,
totally.
But yeah, that was brutal for Knicks fans.
Ryan Beeler, thanks for the $5. Communism and fascism have always led to failure. Social democracy is still strong in every country it's been implemented in. Just saying. That's exactly right, my friend. That is exactly right. Jack Folensby, thanks for the $5. The Knicks winning the cup felt like a tease. This needs to be the year they win it all. I'm telling you, bro. Stay tuned. Stay tuned, brother.
They've got a lot of like momentum riding in their way right now. Where if they lose, it kind of would be like a letdown. I feel like
they're focused. Me and Crystal were at the game against the Bucks in New York at MSG. You could just see it on their faces, bro. You could just see it on like Jalen's face. Like it didn't matter. We were up like 15 or some shit. He still had this look of like I'm all business, bro. It reminded me of the Kobe. It reminded me of the Kobe clip of like, why should I be happy? Job's not finished. Job finished? It's not finished yet. There's nothing to be happy about. That's what Jalen looks like right now. The whole team feels like that. You know what I'm saying? He literally said that after they won the cup. He's like, all right, now we're going to win the next one. Like, you know?
He's locked in.
Eli, thank you for the $10. Destiny on KKF. My girlfriend isn't political, but she watches this with me because Corin is awesome and always makes us laugh. Cheers to you both. Shout out. I love the Corin love. Corin love. The Corin love in the chat. We appreciate that.
It gets tough sometimes when you step away and the question is like, what did the president of Uganda say to this person? I'm like, fuck.
Destiny is not a fan of me, is my understanding. So I don't think he's gonna be on KKF. But we appreciate you.
Thanks, Eli.
Danielle, thanks for the $10. Viewer since 2015, used to watch Kyle and Corin vids back then too. Turned 40 this year and got my 20-year-old daughter watching Secular Talk with me. Well, that is a good family activity to do together. So keep that up. We give a full endorsement to that one. And shout out to both of you. Yeah. Scream it. Yeah. Thanks for the $20. Corin, don't let Kyle beat you in the perfume game. Kyle, don't read this. Corin, get 9 p.m. Elixir for winter and Vulcan Few for summer. Kyle will be jealous and will believe you are hiding perfume knowledge. True. I've heard about 9 p.m.
Oh, really?
I've heard about 9 p.m. Not the Elixir, though. I've heard Afnan 9 p.m., but I never heard the Elixir one.
I'm curious to try that shit that LeBron had in his locker because you said it was like pretty inexpensive, and the fact that like LeBron had it and it was cheap made me kind of intrigued to like, buy that and see what it smelled like.
Yeah, you sent me the video. There was an Instagram video that talked about the fragrances he used. One was expensive, one was cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah, the cheap one.
Background of his locker or something like that.
Yeah, definitely. You should check it out. I mean, it's probably only a $20, what they say, $20, $30 fragrance, something like that. Like that's
what you told me. You said like one was like fairly inexpensive.
Yeah, I think I looked it up, or they may have even said it in the video. I think they said it in the video. Yeah. So check that shit out, man. You got to get a signature fragrance. You got to have everybody's got to have a signature fragrance. So like you at least got to have one fragrance. Minimum really is 3, but I'll let it slide if you got to have at least one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yep.
What we gooning to tonight, Kings? Well, we're a little too old to be gooning. We have our wives to fuck, so we're not gooning. We're just having sex with our wives. Appreciate you, Jorgen. Thank you for the $5. Paul Sucks. Thanks for the $5. Kyle, just wondering, were FDR and Andrew Jackson also regimes for the camps, and what happened to natives? Seems like cruelty didn't begin with Trump. I mean, of course, cruelty didn't begin with Trump. And the U.S. has a long history of genocide and segregation and slavery and ethnic cleansing and all sorts of terrible stuff. Never did deny that, never would deny that. So, yeah, I mean, FDR with the Japanese internment was terrible. And Andrew Jackson with the Trail of Tears was terrible. Of course, that's a given.
Paul Sox.
Columbia Rican, thanks again. Oh, Kyle, have you started Pluribus yet? If not, Corin, please denounce Kyle for his crime of not watching such an awesome show. I have not watched Pluribus yet.
He's got a list of shows that he's watching.
I do.
But he did say last week that Crystal mentioned Pluribus, so maybe it's on his list. I'm still behind on like the last 2 or 3 episodes, but it's been really good so far. I did read something, and maybe, I don't know where I read it or who said it, but I heard that it fell off a little bit towards the last couple episodes that I haven't watched, but I got to get back to watching it. So we'll see. But maybe Kyle start it.
Gary Tour, thanks for the $5. Congrats on the participation trophy. Knicks get bounced in the first round. If I'm wrong, I will give you MAGA fucks $100 in a super chat.
Well, you're going to be wrong, so just send that shit in next week, dog, because there's no shot they're losing in the first round.
First round? Are you out of your mind?
Yeah, you're bugging on that.
You got to be out of your mind. Who are they going to play in the first round? They're going to play like some scrub-ass team at under 500. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you talking about, bro?
Could be the Hawks and like Trae Young, who's good, but he'll get injured, and then it'll just be an easy sweep.
Justin Frederick, thanks again for the $5. Need to know more about how you and Corin knew Lady Gaga before she was famous. I did. He actually didn't know her.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have a friend, Nick C. I won't say his full name, but his first name's Nick. Last name starts with a C. And he and my other friend, Donnie, and one other person I think was with us also. But there were these girls who went to Maria Regina, was the name of the school. And they were like Catholic school girls. And we were in high school and we picked up, I think, 3 of them. There was 3 of us. There were 3 of them, I think, from what I remember. And my buddy Nick ended up hooking up with, as in making out with, this girl. And come to find out, later on, we connected the dots, like years later, it was fucking Lady Gaga. Like, he hooked up with Lady Gaga before she was Lady Gaga. So yeah, that's the story. I only saw her that one night. I never saw her again. I never spoke to her. I was never friends with her or anything like that, but I was in the car with Lady Gaga and my buddy Nick, and I had no idea.
Kind of crazy. There's also, I know a kid who played basketball at this school down in the city that knew Ice Spice from SUNY Purchase when she was like on the volleyball team there or something like that. And like they had sent messages and spoke, and then she became famous. And he was like, yeah, she like defriended me on Instagram or something.
Oh my God. So
I she was just a regular ass chick from SUNY Purchase.
So my buddy Alan, who I worked with at the car dealership, you probably remember Alan, right? Yeah, black dude.
Yep.
So he got it. He went to the same high school as Jesse McCartney.
Yeah, Ardsley.
And he got into a fight with Jesse McCartney.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He got into a fight with Jesse McCartney.
It's always cool, like hearing, I think like I saw an Instagram video of like someone saying like who they went to school with, and the comments was like, name the most famous person from your school. And it was cool to see like, oh, I went to school with this person. You know, like we had Ray Rice at our high school. And
Yep.
Every high school I feel like had their celebrity that either like went prior to them that was like this urban legend, or was there when they were there. And it was cool to see like, you know, who the like celebrity. I did this when I was driving back from, I think, Virginia one time. I was driving like it was on some country roads, but I was passing all these high schools, and I like just typed into Google like who's the most famous person from random X town high school, and like they had like random baseball players or some shit. Right. Everyone has their person from their school. Totally. So it's funny.
I want who it is that they would say I was the most famous person they went to school with, because that's kind of crazy to think about.
It'll be coming up on something where someone watches you.
Michelle Garay, thanks for the $5. Do you guys give Trump some credit for being open and transparent about his corruption? Also, Kyle, I was waiting to hear your thoughts on Nicki Minaj. Yeah, the Nicki Minaj thing, we already talked about that. I mean, I think there's got to be some ulterior thing going on, trying to get somebody a pardon, some shit like that.
100%.
For the idea that she just actually believes these things is just so wacky to me. Do I give Trump credit for being open about his corruption? No, I just wish he wasn't corrupt. You know, like I just wish our system wasn't so broken that he could just be this corrupt and sort of get away with it. So no extra bonus points for like sort of flaunting his corruption, if you will.
Correct.
Appreciate you. Comchia, thanks for the $5. I'm not leftist, but Kyle's commentary helped turn me leftward. Both of y'all keep it up. Random fun question. What's y'all's favorite food? That's a tough one, bro. That is. So I will say that Crystal has been making this skirt steak recently. That's fucking delicious, man. She makes this delicious ass skirt steak. And then the other thing I fuck with is I like this. She makes this like mozzarella salad thing where like you cut up a bunch of little pieces of mozzarella, you cut up a bunch of little pieces of tomato, and you cut up a bunch of little pieces of roasted pepper, and you put some balsamic on it.
Oh yeah, I've seen that shit. Yeah,
that shit is banging. Oh, it tastes so good. Yeah.
I'm a chicken parm, but I had a banging ass tier skirt steak. Like I had a banging steak over the weekend at this steakhouse. It was so good. And then I like was talking to another guy, and he was like, "Do you want to go in and buy like a cow or some shit, and like we can cut up all the meat?" And I was like, "Absolutely not. Like, that sounds like the worst fucking idea ever." Like, he's like,
"That's how I'd react too."
Like you can get ground beef out of it and steak, and you're saving. I was like, no. No, why would I want to like house all that shit?
That's how I'd react to that shit, bro.
Yeah.
God is a terrorist. Thanks for the $5. Love the show, boys. Kyle, can you get Fran Hong on KKF? She's a DSA member. What I forgot. This is the second reference to Fran Hong, so I could definitely look into Fran Hong. The fact that she's leading is sort of amazing. Fran Hong. Okay.
Just because plain sight, like my Denny story. It was true. He wanted his jacket back. I wonder if he still has that shit.
That shit is so funny. I can't believe you had that story. Jorgen, thanks again for the $5. What's pathetic about international conservatives is that they want to be stereotypical Americans so bad. Yeah, that's true. And it's like, why would you want to be like American conservatives? That's like the most embarrassing thing in the world. They're the biggest fucking idiots on the planet. So like, yeah, don't do that. Don't be like that.
Facts. We're getting something here.
Near the Far World, thanks for $10. Hey, Kyle is Jank a grifter. He's a union buster, takes billionaire money, adopting even their extremist values. The audience raised $400K for him to just sell the name to Poly Market. He's a snake, no? So I am incredibly biased on this question because I've known Jank since they brought me onto TYT in 2012. And I was with their like partner program for years. And for a long time, we had a very good partnership. Now, obviously, in recent years, we've had some pretty strong disagreements. We've had some big fights on camera. You guys have seen it on Crystal Kyle and Friends. But in terms of like what he believes, I don't think you can categorize him as a grifter because I think he actually believes all the shit he's saying. It's not like he's saying it because he's looking for an angle or what have you. It's like, no, he actually believes all this shit he's saying. And sometimes, much to our chagrin, we don't like some of the enlightened centrist directions that TYT has gone in. So, I mean, that'd be my take on Jank is like, he means well, he believes what he says, but, sometimes he just happens to misfire, given where he's at now. But I certainly wouldn't call him a grifter. Some of those other criticisms are pretty stinging. I certainly have decided to never take any billionaire money, never do any ad reads or take any ad money or take any money from governments or PACs or anything like that. So, I have a different value set when it comes to that stuff. And, yeah, I mean, all I'll say is I feel like they could have and should have maybe gone that path. Should have gone like the full independent path and not really flirted with any of the big money. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know, it just that stuff just sort of rots away at your core value and your mission. But anyway, that'd be my take on him. But I wouldn't go that far, no.
And Polymarket was the company that Andrew Joshua was wearing the chain of.
Anthony Joshua.
Oh,
he was. He probably got paid like $1 gazillion to do that.
They each got like $90 million.
Hassan, I believe Hassan said that Polymarket offered to sponsor his election night coverage, and I think they offered him like $1 million for one.
It seems like they have fucking
night coverage. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Polymarket, isn't it like the crypto gambling market thing? I think that's what it is. So like they just throw money at all the influencers and stuff to try to get the name out there as much as possible to up their credibility.
Well, if
Hassan said no, by the way, I should point out, Hassan said no. He said, I'm not accepting that,
But Polymarket, I think, is the one that 60 Minutes did a segment on that apparently Donald Trump Jr. is like a board advisor for them. So they're in with the government and getting shit legalized in states and stuff like that. So they're probably just getting tons of maybe Saudi money and all this stuff. So who knows? But yeah, he was wearing a big ass chain. And if you like look closely when they interviewed him, it was Polymarket.
He had to get paid like $10 million just to wear that chain. I'm telling you,
crazy money.
Yeah. Wolfheart, thanks for the $5. Speaking of Andrew Callahan, did you know he's a rapist and a massive creep? I was disappointed as hell. I did not know that, and I'll throw in allegedly there because I haven't seen anything about that. But I guess I'll take a look. But Channel 5 does have a whole bunch of fire ass stuff that I think everybody has commented on how good the reporting is. So I'll say that. The real Bussy Jumbo, thanks for the $20. Did you see Nicki Minaj call JD Vance an assassin while talking to Erica Kirk? Very funny stuff. Yeah, Corin just referenced that earlier. Disturbing if I'm being honest with y'all. So,
and the fact that like she has to sit there and like be like, no, it's okay, I still like her. She's like, she didn't mean like. It's just weird.
So weird.
Thank you, though, bro.
So weird. Jagger 3600. Thanks for the $5. Hey, Kyle and Corin, did you see Jake Paul got his jaw broken by Anthony Joshua? Manosphere getting embarrassed. I sure did. We talked about that earlier. Also, super disturbing. I mean, his shit got rocked skis, like fucked up hardcore, bro.
But we did say I felt like there was some agreement to like not go as hard as he could.
Yeah.
Have,
mm-hmm.
Until the end where he was like, "Fuck this."
Right.
Lay a haymaker.
Don't fight a real boxer. That's the bottom line. Don't fight a real boxer. They know what the fuck they're doing. You know.
That's what I'm saying. Like he's gonna challenge Canelo at some point, and he'll probably agree to it because Polymarket or someone will get behind it, and they'll each make $100 million. But he's gonna get rocked again.
Facts. Preg Z, thanks for the $5. Says Trump preemptively pardon all of his cabinet, DHS, ICE, CBP, Pentagon goons. Chance anyone faces consequences. I mean, look, that's a great Great question. I feel like he might preemptively pardon. I don't know if he'd go as far as like literally every single person in the government, but certainly him and his family and like his closest people to him. Yes, I think he'll pardon them. But that'll just be more fuel to like abolish pardons. Like we need to get rid of pardons. Like, I'm sorry,
Trump
ruined it.
like, is that a possibility?
I don't think the Democrats will do it. No, I don't really think it's a possibility, but it should be, you know?
Yeah, no, for sure.
QC man, thanks for the $5. The only AI that I trust is Allen Iverson. Yes, shout out to Allen Iverson. We also trust that AI. Jenna X-Ray Dragon, thanks for the $5. What do you think about Trump Jr. on the board of a new drone company called Unusual Machines? Now government contracts have been assigned. So fucking corrupt. Love you both. Well, thank you very much, Jenna. We appreciate that. Jenna is also my sister's name, so you sound like you're my sister. So shout out to you. And no, I didn't see this one. Thank you for sharing this with me. I did not know this. But I did see that there was another company that he's invested in that got a $620 million investment from the government, from the U.S. government. So he basically is paying himself with government money. So that's crazy. But
it goes the same thing as like he's on the board of that Polymarket or whatever, you know, like he's just on the board for all these companies.
It's self-dealing,
and just says like, I'll tell my dad not to fuck with you guys and we'll get shit passed. It's crazy. So crazy.
So fucking crazy.
So he's probably on the board of like fucking 50 billion different companies advising them.
Accelera, thanks for the $20. Kyle, I'm an independent who watches you every day. I know you always rail against enlightened centrism. Is there any hope for the center? Americans are tired of both extremes. There's hope for the center in a world where that's more reasonable. In a world where the left makes good points and the right makes good points. We don't live in that world. It's only the left making good points. The right is basically like rolling their shit up into little balls and eating it. Like that's what the right is doing right now. They're just out of their fucking minds. So is there a world where centrism makes sense? Sure, but we're not in that world right now. You know, we're just not in that world right now.
Last couple here.
Shout out to you, Rugu. Appreciate the $10. You guys are amazing and so funny. Which countries would you like to visit? Happy holidays to you and your families. It's a great question. You ready for my list?
Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to travel.
Nowhere. I'm not a traveler, y'all. I'm traveling.
I like South America. Colombia was awesome. Brazil would be somewhere cool to go.
Don't go to Venezuela anytime soon, Cor.
But Venezuela, I'll stay away from. I don't know. Those are some good ones.
Yeah, but no, a serious answer. I would like to go to Costa Rica, the Bahamas, nice warm places. That's where I'd like to go. Mohit, thanks for the $20 again. That's very kind. Rokon is a top 2028 presidential pick. He pushed bipartisan release of unredacted Epstein files and accountability through impeachment, and he's leading Democrats to campaign for and enact FDR-style progressive economic policy. I agree with you 100%. Rokon in 2028. It might happen too. We shall see. Hibbu Cool, thanks for the $20. Very kind of you. Discovered Kyle through Piers Morgan. What's your take on debating right-wing hacks? Would love to see you debate against Asmund Gold. The right time and place, yes, I'm for it. I'm just annoyed that I have to be the one to do it because it's like, I don't know. I feel like it's like they're so stupid. I feel like I'm wasting my time. It's like I'm talking to a brick wall, but then again, it's not about them. It's about the audience. Like there's a whole thing. Like it's obnoxious. It's stupid. It's frustrating, but it also has the impact of what you just described. Like you found my show through that, and you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'll do stuff, but I'm not happy about it. I'm like annoyed at the fact that I have to talk to these freaks, if I'm being honest with you. Equality for us all. Thanks for the $10. Hey, Kyle, when Biden was president, I completely checked out of politics. When he was reelected, I started watching you again and was shocked to find out you and Crystal got married and had kids. How many? So I am a stepdad. So the kids are from the previous marriage, but we have 3 kids. And yes, we've been married for quite a while now, actually. I mean, shit.
The wedding was dope. It was kind of like a what is it, culmination of all, like there was like a lot of YouTubers there. It was like a political people. It was a really cool vibe.
Friends, family, some people.
Well, friends,
business
family
type people who we know. Yeah, it was interesting. Paul Sucks, thanks again for the $5. By the way, Kyle, I may owe you an apology on Erica Kirk. She's starting to definitely seem like a grifter, but your resist live phase you're having is still cringe. Nah, man, look, we got to call a spade, and the fact of the matter is the resistance liberals were right about way more shit than anybody ever gave them credit for, including myself. And, like, we just got to own that. Like, these motherfuckers were every single fucking thing they said about Trump. Like, they would say the most hyperbolic, over-the-top shit. It would sound like Trump derangement syndrome, and you'd be like, come on, man, that's a little crazy if they said it in 2017. But by 2025, you're like, holy shit, not only were you guys right, you were more right than any of us ever fucking realized. And so just hold it. I know, like, there's this weird thing online where it's like nobody wants to say liberals are right, but like there are many times where they're right. They've just been right about mad shit. Now, I'm a leftist. I'm not a liberal, but like you got to call a spade, and they've been right about a lot of shit, and you got to own that shit, bro. Everybody's got to own that. We all do, myself included. I had to eat crow too on a couple things. It happens. It is what it is. Equality for all. Thanks again for the $5. What's up, Core? What exactly does OD mean? OD means like overdose. Like we're overdosing on this thing. That's what it means. It's like it's gone too far, basically. It's a cool way of saying like this shit has gone too far. You know, like we're overdosing on that shit. That's what it means.
Yeah, you're ODing. Like,
you're ODing. You're overdosing. You're going too far. Exactly. Raw Racer, thanks for the $20. Very kind of you. AI take over OP. Curiosity and creativity probably aren't enough for people. Many need to work to feel purpose in their life. Wouldn't be surprised if some of these people pick up the oldest human hobby, hunting other bipedal apes. Yeah, I see what you're saying there. That does sound kind of true. Like that might happen if this AI shit takes over, like it looks like it's totally going to.
That everyone's going to go back to some like fucking like
killing each other, shooting each other. Yeah, like revolution type shit. Yeah.
That would be bad.
Yeah. Hi, Kyle. I've been watching you since 2015 when you were in the massage parlor looking studio. Much love from Australia. Well, shout out to you, Courage Revolution. Appreciate that. Yeah, I remember the massage parlor studio. We all do. Kind of miss it, if I'm being honest. It was fun. Nick, thanks for the $5. As someone that's pro universal healthcare, are there any practical issues with it, like wait times, lower pay for doctors, very large population to cover? I mean, yes, with any objective analysis, you're going to find certain areas where like maybe they underperform a little bit relative to what we have, but in like 9 out of 10, they don't, right? And that's kind of the point, is that like you do way better in way more categories, and whatever you lack, it's like a smaller category. Like, for example, the one that comes to mind is like, I believe there's more x-ray machines or certain types of machines here in the US than there are in the other countries, but they have like no medical bankruptcies, better care, better quality of life. You go down the list of shit, and it's like in basically every measurable way that matters, they're just dusting us, right? And so that's the response. It's not that there aren't shortfalls, but you can address that through public policy. And the shortfalls for our private system are way worse. Way worse. Far Twain, thanks for the $5. 2026 predictions. Usha leaves JD Vance. Trump dies. AI bubble pops. Nick Fuentes on Joe Rogan. Ben Shapiro leaves the internet. Ballroom never gets built. I mean, I don't think the ballroom will be done in a year anyway, so you're pretty safe on that one. But you say never gets built. We'll see. I mean, maybe. But the rest of that stuff, bold-ass predictions, bro. Bold-ass predictions. So shout out to you. Out over your skis a little bit, but I like the vibe. Krantz Official, thanks for the $5. I've sent super chats the last 4 weeks. Corin said he'd check email each week. I just want to help. It'll make sense if you check the preview.
Maybe that's my plan, to not check. So I might not check for another 4 weeks. So you keep super chatting. No, I'm just playing. I promise I'll check this week. I got you. I'll check beta points. But maybe you're on to me, man. No, but thank you, though, bro.
Nika Dimitro, thanks for the $10. How much do we need to raise for Kyle to consider a 2028 run? There's no amount of money. Do not give to my 2028 run. I'm not running. So don't do that, y'all. You can give $2 on Patreon if you want, but don't do that.
Support.
Corey Joe, thanks for the $5. Do you guys believe in New Year's resolutions? Got any good ones? I don't. I've only done them like maybe 2 or 3 times. I don't believe in them really, because like I've been doing my diet shit and I've been cruising, so like I'm on cruise control with that shit. There's nothing else I'm really trying to like, oh, this year I'm gonna do this or this. You know what I'm saying?
I in theory like to think it's like a nice reset to like, set a goal, try and go for it. Whether you keep them or not is one thing. But like for 26, I'm going to try and go hard on the YouTube channel and like cut stuff up and do that. And I'm using that as a benchmark. Now, granted, to your point, I could start right now and fuck like waiting until January 1st. But like it is a nice clean slate that a lot of people use as like that barrier of like, all right, now start your shit.
But then don't fuck up though.
I know.
Don't fuck up. By January 6th, you can't be like, I'm not doing that 100%. Shit today. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, totally.
Just VR, thanks for the $20. Very kind of you. Kyle, I've been a fan since 2013. You've shaped most of my political views, and just wanted to say thanks for always sticking up for immigrants. I may be deported next year for a DUI. Came here as a 1-year-old, 40 now. Oh my God, bro. Holy shit, dog. I'm so sorry to hear that, man.
Oh.
I'm sorry to hear that. He's saying he might be deported for DUI because the fucking government is just fascist pigs. I'm sorry to hear that, bro. I really hope that that doesn't happen, because that's absolutely heartbreaking there. This is your country just as much as it's my country, bro.
Yeah, good luck with that.
If you're here from when you're 1 year old, I don't give a fuck. Any of the other, this is your country. This is your fucking country. You know what I'm saying?
get
From 1 year old,
excited.
that's the same as you were fucking born here, as far as I'm
Facts.
concerned. You don't know anything about any of it. You know what I'm saying? Like this is your country. So fuck those people. Let's get rid of these fascists and let's get you to stay here.
Yeah, good luck, man.
Handle, thanks for the $5. We are in the tech Armageddon while AI destroys society. Buy a PC now if you need one, or you'll never afford it. Look as Samsung, Crucial, Hynix, etc. Yeah, I see what you're saying. The price of all that stuff is going to skyrocket in part because of AI, for sure.
Yep, I just got a new laptop. What'd I get? I got a Intel.
PDX Pleb, thanks for the $5. Paris Hilton talked about her experience in the troubled teen industry. Oh, yeah, I remember. You mentioned this last week. If I miss something in this super chat, I'm actually at work while typing. Yeah. You mentioned that last week. I haven't looked any further into that, but that, I hear what you're saying on it, and you're right. I'm sure that's a fucking dirty, disgusting Epstein-like industry.
What, just troubled teens?
Yeah, there's the troubled teen industry where, like, parents don't want them. And
that's got to be a tough fucking.
I know,
not a tough life, but like
predators get involved in that fucking industry. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Facts.
Lizzie Bennett, thanks again for the $5. Hi again. Just a suggestion to get paid subscribers for Kyle, the Secular Talk Show, in full and uncut. For Corin, the KNC's ad free. These ads are crazy.
Do they put ads on live streams?
I didn't know you had ads. Did you?
Just as well as I do. I have no idea.
We might be. You should fiddle with your settings behind the scenes to turn off ads, or only have one at the beginning and one at the end for this show. Because I didn't know people were getting ads.
I go to StreamYard. I click live, go live, end stream, and then just upload a photo to YouTube. So I don't know. I'll check, but I don't know where the fuck the ads.
Yeah, you just have to like go to YouTube and go to settings and like find
change like ads.
It's like monetization settings or something like that. And you'd have to take off ads for the middle of what we're doing.
Be careful, Lizzie. I might put more ads on that shit.
Yeah. But if it gets unwatchable, you got to reel it in a little bit.
If it's bad like that.
Bob's Vlog, thanks for the $5. I love your show. What advice would you give someone who wants to start doing politics on YouTube? You need to be a glutton for punishment. That's what I tell you. You got to eat this shit, sleep, breathe this shit, all that. You got to not give a fuck if nobody's watching. You just got to want to say it for the sake of saying it, and saying it because it's like your therapy. You know what I'm saying? So
just post content.
It's got to be just drive, a passion inside you that just comes out. That's got nothing to do with whatever's happening outside of you. I just got to do this for me. I got to speak the truth for myself. I got to talk about this because I need to feel better, and that's how I feel better. That's what it's got to come from. And if it doesn't come from that, don't even bother trying.
Facts. You could see that passion.
Eddie, thanks for the $5. Kyle, what's in the bag? Golf bag, bro. I'm still rocking the same shit I was rocking fucking years ago, homie. Like I still got. My irons are from like 2017, I think. They're the Cobra forged 1-length irons, the original 1-length set. I love them. I can't get off of them. They're like my favorite by far. I got some 1-length hybrids. I got a Callaway Apex 2 hybrid, which is a normal length, not the 1-length shit. I have a blue Nike driver from 2016. And I also have sometimes I play an old fucking 2008, 2007 Cobra driver. Like I still got old ass shit now. And I do sandwich to 4-iron, sandwich to like actually 3 hybrid. I do one length. So, and I got that same putter Justin Rose used to use, like the Axel 1 Rose or something like that. So my shit is old as fuck. The newest shit I have in my bag is like 2017. And that shit's almost a decade old. So
the clubs still work just as well like the drivers from 2016?
The one from 2016 works. I wouldn't say as good as the ones from today. Like I'm probably losing 5 or 10 yards, but I'm so used to the head shape. I'm so used to the feel of it. I'm so used to I'm so comfy with the shaft, pause, that like it all, that like it's hard for me to get any new shit. Like I've tried some new things and just haven't liked them. Like, use them for like 2 weeks. Like, I don't fucking like this as much as I like my old shit. You just go back to Old Faithful. And so I still got the newest shit I have in my bag is like 2017 is my iron still. And I don't know. I don't see myself changing. Maybe I'll get a new driver, but like if there's a chance if I get a new driver, it'll be right back in the garage like that because the old ones are hard to beat. They're just hard to beat. I'm comfortable with them. I like them more,
Yeah, they're broken in and shit. All right, last like
Tony Izzo, thanks for the $5. After interviewing Jennifer Welch on KKF, have you ever thought about having pumps on? Yeah, for sure. Actually, Crystal just mentioned that the other day. I believe she's on our list, and I believe we're going to try to get her soon. So
Tony Izzo is a real one.
Eli Cools, thanks for the $20. What's your favorite characters in Game of Thrones and why? I'm a big Ned Stark guy. Because I relate to him that he's all principle. He's trying to do the right thing based on principle. He doesn't care about the political outcomes. And on the one hand, that's his downfall is that he didn't play the game. But on the upside, like he echoes throughout the eternity of the Game of Thrones universe because he was such an impactful character, because he showed everybody what a true North Star of being a good person is. That you care about your values and you care about principles and you tell the truth no matter what happens. And so that's why I love Ned. But he's some people's like least favorite character for the same reason why I love him. Other people hate him.
Yeah, I haven't seen Game of Thrones.
Juan Pimentel, thanks for the $5. Andrew is not a creep. Okay, that person's defending the honor of Andrew Callahan. We now have Andrew Callahan fighters in the chat. Look, all I'll say is I don't know anything about that, but he's a real cool guy in terms of in person. So, JF Lunan, thanks for the $5. Thoughts on Dems versus Ethan Klein lawsuit? Look, I don't know much about. I know Ethan Klein has sued a bunch of streamers for like reacting to his video. I don't know much beyond that, but what I will say is, as a general rule, don't do that. Don't do that. If I make a piece of art, or whatever you want to call it, a video, a piece of art, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, I'm putting it out there in the world. People have the right to react to that, right? Now, technically, legally, maybe they don't if you want to be an asshole about it, but you shouldn't be an asshole about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm saying fucked up shit now. If I'm saying fucked up shit or I'm not saying fucked up shit, it doesn't really matter. If somebody wants to take this and then react to it, by all means, go ahead. Like, I'm not going to sue you over it because you disagree with me or you don't like me or whatever. Like, who cares? This is the game we play. We would shut down the whole, like, internet economy in a world where everybody sues everybody over, oh, I didn't like that you reacted to my video. Fuck you. Fuck you. Yeah. Who cares? Grow up. This is childish. You're going to try to ruin smaller creators for that? It's just crazy.
Last two.
T-Men1476, thanks for the $10. Happy Monday, guys. I love the show. Kyle, have you thought about throwing your hat in the ring and manage a political campaign? Dems can really use your playbook. No, I have not thought about that. I'm an in front of the camera guy. I'm not a behind the camera guy. As you can tell, I've been in front of the camera full time since 2012 and been in front of the camera to a lesser degree since 2008. So this is where I belong, right in front of the camera. If a candidate who I like wants advice, I'm more than happy to give him advice off the record for no pay behind the scenes. But yeah, I would never officially run a campaign. I wouldn't do that. Rachel Atwood, thanks for the $5. Thoughts on Katabu Ghazale's announcement that her campaign will no longer use Twitter since she doesn't want to boost Musk? Should others follow suit? Look, I generally think you got to fight where the fight is happening, and the fight is still happening on Twitter, so I would personally stay on Twitter. I am still on Twitter. But look, I understand where she's coming from. Elon Musk is a fucking Nazi and a creep and a billionaire and destroying the world. So, I have no real substantive objection to her other than a strategic objection to what she's doing. But, I wouldn't say others should follow suit. I would stay there and fight where the fight's happening. I also have a blue sky.
Got off of that shit and went to that, his shit.
McGuire, thanks for the $10. Hi, Colin Corin. I'm currently using the ACA for health insurance on my current plan. It's set to soar from $25 to $590. How impactful do you think this will be for Republicans in the midterms? Everything. It'll be everything. They'll be wiped out from coast to coast because they're ruining people's lives. They're collapsing the entire insurance market, and that will have a colossal backlash. I've seen numbers like this everywhere.
That's like real? $25 to $590? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Whoa.
Yep.
That is crazy. Sorry, bro.
Anthony Grimo, thanks for the $10. I think if AI is taken over by the people from the fascinations, I think it's supposed to say fascist billionaires, could be a great tool for the working class to get a 4-day work week and higher wages. Thoughts? No, the way that AI is going to come about is the billionaires are going to use it to fuck us royally. That's what it's going to be used for. Like if the rules are not set up front, they're just going to use it to fuck us like they're using everything else to fuck us. So I wish I could be optimistic, but I'm not. MGS, thanks for the $5. FDR won 4 times and shifted the country left. How do we build durable infrastructure so gains don't snap back right after a leader like that leaves? Unfortunately, there's this little thing called politics, and nothing is ever a final victory. There is no such thing. That's why it's about organization. It's about struggle. It's about never giving up. It's about never stopping. It's about being relentless. It's about outworking the other side. There will never be a win that is permanently protected. And that's what you need to realize. Politics is a forever struggle. So get your mind right for the forever battle, because that's what's going to happen.
Plain tips. I got you on this last one. Someone has Kirk OnlyFans receipts. I don't know. What
has Kirk OnlyFans receipts over 30K? Oh, shit. Okay. And I think that's the like LGBTQ flag. So somebody who's LGBTQ has Kirk OnlyFans receipts over 30K. So allegedly he's watching a gay person or a trans person or something and spending over 30K. Okay. All right. What was the name? Jade Trap? What was the name? I'm going to write that shit down. So let's see.
Let me see.
Jade
Trap Girl ITS.
Jade Trap Girl ITS. ITS. Charlie Kirk.
Trans flag.
Okay. Holy shit. If that's true, that's crazy.
That's the last one.
All right, y'all. We love you, man. Thanks for chilling with us. We appreciate you.
Kyle, love you, bro. I'll see you guys later.
Love you too, man.
Joey,
All right,
Merry
we'll talk to you
Christmas,
guys.
everybody.
Yep. Have a good one, y'all. Peace.
Peace. Who gets the last note? Someone throw something to end on there. Thanks, homies. Peace. Cheers. Love you guys too. Thanks, everybody, for chilling. Merry Christmas to everybody who watches. Happy holidays. Internet was met today? Oh, Molly just got on there? Molly, we're logging off. Bye. Good night, dudes. Plain sight. I got you, bro. Good night, everybody. Happy holidays. Get up and stretch. I do need to get up and stretch. Peace. Night, night. Blue sky. We'll get to this next week. My bad, Juan. Hey, Kyle. Sorry, I can't answer it. And Wayne, whether to leave the country and live off the internet of investments. Yeah, leave the country and live off your investments, bro. That's probably the best move. All right. See you guys. Peace out.